Rivals 29-19 in Las Vegas. Quarterback Bo Nix, who threw for 273 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions, says it felt good to beat a division rival twice in one season.
They're a good football team, and we played them 2 tough games, and we got 2 good wins out of it. And I know after last year it was the opposite, so it was good for us to find a way to win this game.
The Broncos improved to 7-5, and their next game is a week from tonight as they host the Browns on Monday Night Football. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Jack in the Box.
Well, our very light drive winding down this morning. We did get a late problem in the tech center here. It is a wreck southbound I-25 at County Line, trying to get things off to the shoulder of the highway. You're going to hit a little bit of a delay if you're coming down from Dry Creek. Once you clear County Line in that C470 area, you're wide open heading into Castle Rock. Southbound I-25 also has a little slowing across downtown from I-70 to Spear. They did clear up the wreck westbound C470 at I-70. That drive on the west end up from Morrison looks great. Denver weather for today. Partly sunny skies, high up to 48. Right now we're at 38 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
Jack in the Box is never not serving breakfast. That means you can pick up Jack's $5 Big Deal breakfast meal featuring a breakfast jack, hash brown, and French toast sticks all morning, day, and night. Find one at a Jack in the Box near you.
Workers across Colorado are taking paid leave to bond with their new babies. Coloradans like Justin.
Spending time with Autumn was amazing. I got to be dad and just been fun, just enjoying every second I could get with her. The one thing I'd like people to know about family was how easy it was to use, and it gave me the time that I didn't have with my other children to bond and just grow with them.
Learn more at famli.colorado.gov. Brought to you by Colorado's Family Division, the Colorado Broadcasters Association, and this station.
If you're looking for quality service, products, and plum crazy deals, think Plumline Services and Carrier. Whether staying warm this winter, clearing drains, or other plumbing and electrical issues, depend on Plumline's leadership and excellence in home services, together with quality brands like Carrier. Serving Castle Rock to Fort Collins, Plumline and Carrier. Turn to the experts. Service at home, servants at heart, 25 years strong, plumlineservices.com.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
It's the Dan Kapla Show. Afternoons 4 to 6.
Hey, it's Dan. Join me today at 4. We'll dive into the latest craziness from D.C. and from the loony left right here in Colorado, and we'll have a lot of fun doing it. Join me at 4.
Off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. What's going on in your life? And we are here to help you any way we can. Hello?
Very low.
Oh, okay. I'll turn myself up then, man. Just say the word. How's that?
Very nice.
Okay. Yeah. And then people say I'm too loud. See, Shannon, this is proof. Shannon just said I'm too low. Everyone else says I'm too loud. So
I could barely hear you. You were whispering.
Okay. Well, hi. Tom Martino here. By the way, if you're streaming, and your streaming video, we have Bob Logan here to my right, and we have Deputy D who sits over here. Deputy D helps out a lot. And Bob Logan, Plumline Services. Bob, I want to ask you something real quick. Do you get busy on the eve or at Thanksgiving or the day after Thanksgiving? I mean, is there, like, do you actually have somebody that you make work?
So we're officially closed on Thanksgiving and all major holidays, but we do have technicians and people in the call center that volunteer to step up because they know we're going to get calls. And
so you will run calls?
Yes, it's on an emergency only basis and typically only for our VIP clients. So, we have the VIP membership and there's a lot of benefits to go along with that, but one of those is after hours and and holidays, things like that, or warranties. Obviously, we're going to stand behind any warranty calls that we have.
All right, and I just brought up Mark.
I'm always blown away by how dapper he is. Do your tech?
No, I mean, he's out of GQ, bro. He's out of GQ.
Is that Mark?
Yeah.
Hey, stranger.
Now, talking about dapper, you want to see his look? Get a close up of him, bro. Look at that. Now, I'm going to show you him real close. Look at this. I'm going to show you. It's Rolling Stones T-shirt, black T-shirt.
Yep. Hey, you saw me the other night, though. I was dressed up.
Mark, I promise you when I tell you this, you looked really good. No, we went to an event. He looked really good. Of course, Suzanne always looks good, but we were shocked.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, I don't know how to put it. I guess that's a bit. I didn't mean it like that.
If Mark looked good, I'll bet you Susie knocked him out, right, Tom?
Oh, yeah. Deputy Doc is.
She looked great.
Are you in the studio, Doc?
I'm here with Deputy Dollar.
Dollar's there and Doc.
We're all fortunate to have beautiful
Morning,
wives
Tom.
that make us look good.
Yes,
at events.
of course. Now.
Hey, Tom, can I give you a follow-up from last week?
Yeah, let's do it, bro. And then I'm going to go to the phones. I got Bradley. Bradley, hang on. I'm going to take you. I promise. Go ahead. What's going on, Doc?
Deborah called up about Louis Aramajo Construction.
Hired a contractor July 8th, $25,000 estimate. She said she paid the entire amount, but only 80% of the garage is complete.
Right.
However, the contractor believes the whole thing's done, and he says, I only have a few hours left.
When I spoke to her, she gave me a whole list of what needs to be done. We need to get somebody out there to take a look and find out what has to be done and how much it's going to cost. So before we can do anything, we need a second opinion on what's going to be done.
Okay, now here's one of the, what should I say, common problems when we do that. Let me put it to you this way. What happens is they have an original contract, and then the contract falls apart. And then what happens is they want a second opinion. Now, the second opinion comes in and will say what needs to be done according to that contractor and how that contractor would have done it. That doesn't mean he's breaching his contract, or the original guy's breaching the contract. For example, if the original contract called for a certain quality and the second guy thinks it should be another quality, so what we have to do is get the second opinion based on what they agreed to. Make sense?
Absolutely.
All right. So what part of town is it in, Doc?
She's in 76 in Sheridan. So Westminster.
Yeah, we can have any one of our people. Let's pick somebody to go out there and take a quick look. I hope you understand these people put themselves out when they do this. We have a lot.
I totally understand that. And, you know, just like you say, sometimes you appreciate the deputies and what we put in. We appreciate so much.
Oh, our contractors.
Our people who go out and give us second opinions, like, you know, Genesis or Jeff with transmissions.
And even Plumline Services, they do free second opinions all the time.
We really appreciate our sponsors that go out and help the deputies.
This is one thing Plumline has found in the past. Plumline has found equipment in the past that's just perfect equipment, but it's not operating properly because what percentage is equipment and what percentage is installation? 50-50, right?
90-10, Tom.
What? 90% installation?
You can buy the best equipment money will buy, and if it's not installed properly, you just threw your money away.
Wow.
And you know, we work with Carrier for a number of reasons. One, they're one of the best known brands in the world, but our local distributor's fantastic, stands behind everything that we do. But here's the thing. You can buy the best.
He's low, man.
All right, go ahead.
I'm kind of away from the
go
mic.
Ahead.
That's probably my fault. But again, you can buy the best equipment money can buy, and if it's not installed properly, it's not going to run as it's designed. It's going to be starving for air, maybe unsafe. There's a number of things that can go wrong.
Couldn't have said it better. I want to talk now to, and again, I pipe myself up, and people are gonna now say I sound robotic. You wait, Bradley, go ahead. What's going on with you, Bradley?
I'm sorry, what?
What's happening?
Oh, nothing. I bought a car from this dealership about like 6 months ago, and they never gave me a title for it. And I was actually directed to you.
It was 6 months ago? 6 months ago?
Yeah, Yeah, I've been calling them once a month for the past 6 months, and they.
What's the name of?
What?
I don't know what that is. Are you doing something we should know about? Look, excuse me, I digress. Bradley, what's the name of the dealer?
Urban Motors on a Federal. It's Urban Motors Blue.
Okay, and what did you buy?
I bought a 1997 Toyota Corolla.
Okay, and what do they say about not getting you a title?
Well, at first they said that it should be coming in the mail. I should get a little card for it or something to, like, proof that it was sent to the DMV.
It's a used car, though, right? It's a used car?
Yeah, it's a used car at auction.
Of course it is a 97. What am I, stupid? Yes, it's a used car. So you went to Urban Motors. Okay. Well, here's the problem. They have to give your money back.
Yeah. When I talked to them on the phone not too long ago, and
it's that easy. They have to give your money back, and if you want your money back, we'll get it back.
Yes, I would like my money back.
They have no choice in the matter. None.
Yeah. They keep saying they'll be a week out or a month out, or that it's in the courts, or making like a reproductive.
Who wants to give them the bad news? I want to give this to Deputy Dollar. Deputy Dollar. Okay. Let's call them during the show even to see what we can do for you, okay? Hang on, bro. Hang on. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right. I'm going to do something right now that's going to make Mark faint, and it's going to make Dragon faint. Is it Dragon or Shannon right now? I'm sorry. Shannon's going to faint because I'm going to take a break on time. I'm Tom Martino, and we have more coming up. Autopros.net, the best water systems at the lowest prices. I'm telling you, water softening plus a triple filter reverse osmosis system at your kitchen sink. So the whole house softening for your plumbing, your laundry, your showers, your baths, and drinking water, all for $31.95. I mean, that's an unheard of price, $3,195 to the end of the month. Holiday special, waterpros.net.
Yep. Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
All right. You know, American Restoration is going to be quite busy this season, and I'll tell you why. Because they have a restoration company, and they do it the right way. And if you're looking for restoration, you need American Restoration 24/7. What is restoration? It's responding to property catastrophes like a broken pipe, a fire, a flood, maybe asbestos, black mold, smoke damage. Whatever it is, American Restoration can handle it. They first stop the dangerous substances and toxins in your home, extract them, and then start the rebuild to the extent you want. Your insurance pays for stuff like this. But here's the problem. If you hire the first company and they're bad, they won't pay for the second or third. You got to hire the right company up front. American Restoration 24/7, 8337-AMREST. 8337-AMREST or amrest247.com. John Fuller is a personal injury attorney. Now, I say this, and I truly mean it. I hope you don't need him. As snow is coming this week and as the winter progresses, there's a lot of personal injury. First of all, call him. He's the only attorney you can talk to up front before you hire him. Think about that. So if you call him, you can get legal advice. You can find out what your case is worth. You don't have to hire him, but you can talk to him. 303-597-4500, 597-4500. And then if you decide to hire him, it's on a percentage fee basis. You even get a cell phone you can call or text at any time. His website, callfuller.com, www.callfuller.com. Yeah, just walk on me. You know what?
Harvey Lau.
You always say you don't care, and I know you don't.
As a blind person,
but try to act like
be
you do.
aware.
Fake it until you make it.
Tell you what What are you saying? Hang on. What was that?
I'm talking to Shannon.
For me?
Hey, do I sound robotic?
No, but you do have the echo.
Well, fuck you, okay? I'm tired of this. I don't do anything. So if I have an echo, I don't know where it's coming from.
Formula of marketing success.
Callers.
Reach
Well, okay, fine. I can't help it. I only feed from here. I do nothing else.
Like radio. With iHeartMedia.
No, I mean it. They sound like I'm in I'm the goddamn control room for all of KHOW, and I'm not.
Radio stations, podcasts.
I have one goddamn little control here, and everyone tells me their problem.
3 times more people than the biggest TV networks. And 4 times more than any of the music streamers where you can.
Am I low now, Shannon?
And not only can we get you in front of your audience, we also have the data and measurement capabilities to show you how your messaging is working.
Yeah, but I don't know about echo. Fuck
echo.
echo.
Your results by leveraging our massive audience and driving response for consumers who are ready to create a new brand. Visit
Guess what? On YouTube, the echo doesn't come over, so it's on your ears.
Has already started.
Yep.
That's
It's not on YouTube. The echo's not on YouTube. It goes out over the air.
Your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that
It goes
can
out
save
over
money
the
on
air.
your medications.
Well, people
Just
have a
search for your
Bluetooth.
prescription. Choose the pharmacy and the price
well,
that
then
works
an
best
echo
for
over
you,
the air has
and then
nothing
show
to do
your
with me.
GoodRx coupon
The
to your
callers
pharmacist
are.
at the drop-off counter.
You're fine.
GoodRx
Everything's
works
fine.
at over 70,000 pharmacies, including
Monitor
Walmart,
on air,
Rite
see if
Aid,
there's
and
an echo.
Walgreens. And it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy
I
to
think
save.
it's called the
Next time
Franktown
you drop
echo.
off your prescription,
It's
check
only when there's
GoodRx.
callers.
Start saving today.
Look, man, we've only talked about this
GoodRx is not
18,000 times.
Whether you've been on Medicare for
But it
years
doesn't
or are
happen
new to
every
it,
day.
expert advice is always welcome. And that's what Integrity Health
Hey,
Advisors
Shannon, kill that
offers
music
at
coming back
absolutely no cost to you.
Oh, I have the wrong buttons pushed in.
In
Sorry,
fact,
goddamn.
it doesn't happen when Mark's not on remote. So I think it's coming from his return. I do.
Okay.
I'm serious.
I hear it in studio all the time, dude.
Oh.
It's just callers, so.
Sorry, I forgot how to run the board for a minute. I got super sick at that cock-gobbling Arrowhead Stadium.
Really? What'd you eat?
No, it wasn't food. I just finally wore down. It was leaving there Friday night where I couldn't get an Uber to come to the stadium. I had to walk almost 2 miles to a Taco Bell before I could get an Uber.
Wow.
God, I wanted everybody in Kansas dead.
All right.
We've had to do that at casinos coming out of a concert, have to walk like
Oh, right.
a mile to get an Uber.
Now they're not allowed to come up here. Oh, F you in an area that's effable. Jerks.
Yeah.
You could imagine I was less than pleasant to the locals.
I'm sure they love you.
I kept quoting Blazing Saddles.
Now they're
God.
telling me the commercials are overly loud. Yeah, fuck you.
Well, I shouldn't have been feeding them. I didn't press the right button. God.
That was an accident.
Yes. I'm tired. I'm on cold medicine.
You want to tell you want me to play the violin or what? I can do that.
I need a blowjob. Here, stand by, folks. We're coming back.
Kelly, you
It's,
better
good to
leave.
have on. No, not. I don't. Would keep her quiet for a minute, though. That'd be nice. Here we come.
An iHeart radio station.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Got a lot happening in consumer news, man. It befuddles me, I'll tell you what. So, have you noticed people are freaking out? Well, no, people aren't freaking out. Liberals are freaking out over what might happen. Not what is happening, what might happen. I predict another million-woman march on Washington to talk about how they've lost their rights, even though nothing's happened. But we'll see it. Now, welcome to the show. What is going on in your life? Get it done now, because we may not be able to solve your problems this week as quickly as we can other weeks. Now, when you do not get a title from a dealer, they have to rescind the deal or they lose their license. There's no two ways about it. They have to do it. So what I'm saying,
in a reasonable time.
Yeah, well, yeah, and they don't define a reasonable time. That's the thing. They don't define it. They just say, you know what, that's not reasonable. But usually 60 days is considered reasonable. During COVID, they did them, they did them a little differently.
Tom, are there statutes which define how much they can charge him for use of the car just so he doesn't get ripped off by them?
Well, first of all, if they don't deliver title, no, I don't think that bailment comes into play.
So he's had the car for 6 months. They're not going to charge him anything. They have to give him his full refund back.
He should get everything back. They should rescind the whole deal. It's their fault. The only time...
That's right. It's 100% their fault. But isn't there statutes on bailment in general?
Yes, there is. So, and bailment in general, as Mark talked about, is statutory, and I think they define the number of days. I think, again, I'm hazy because we haven't used it in a while, but I think it's 10 days. So 10 days, and then if they don't arrange financing, that's their fault. So anyway, that's one of the issues. Now, I wanted to talk about some stuff that is going on because it's really, I can't believe how much financial crime there is right now going on. I just can't believe it. 1 in 4 people, 25% of people are having ripoffs, literally ripoffs in their bank accounts being hacked. Usually from debit cards. They can do it through checks. They can do it through any kind of ACH. Listen, this is something we have to talk about. This is something that has to be addressed. We address all kinds of crime. We get upset. We even got upset with shoplifting. We get upset with illegal immigration. We get upset with all kinds of stuff. But I'm telling you, there is a major, major problem. And that is when it comes to economic crime. People, here's the thing I'm trying to tell people that they don't get, okay? And that is that there is no safety in the banking system, okay? There's no safety. People are under the illusion there is some kind of a safeguard when someone wants to draw money from your account. Now, obviously, they have to be crooked, right? But if I have 2 things from you, your ACH and your account number, I can rob you. I can take every penny from your bank, every single dime. And when you complain about it, they investigate you. They investigate you. This is a dirty banking secret no one likes to talk about. ACH transfers. Now, I can think of only one way to do away with it. You shut down all ACHs, but then you can't make auto payments. You can't do anything. So I don't know how or what the answer is. I don't know what it is, but 1 in 4 Americans are getting their life savings wiped out. Now, in some cases, in most cases, it's an ACH. In most cases, that's an automatic clearinghouse. That's short for that. What that means is they wire money out of your account. They draft your account. You don't have to initiate it. You don't have to approve it. And I swear to God, if your bank tells you it can't happen, they're lying to you. And you don't always get your money back. That's the thing. I'll bet you in the sound of my voice right now, there are dozens and dozens of people, maybe hundreds, I don't know, maybe thousands after this podcast goes out and people download it, that have had their money stolen. You don't need a password. They can take it from your debit card. They can take it from your check. That's how, yeah, and there are other ways to get it. Now, let's talk about the other way they get it. Stupidity on people. Stupidity. People who touch links, they hit a link, or they hit something thinking, and they're ingenious. The phishing schemes are ingenious, where they have you enter a username and password. Then they go to town. Now, some of them you may think, okay, one is, listen to this one. on Xfinity, you're exceeding your data for the month. Okay? To see your data, click here. It's not Xfinity. You click, you got to enter a username and password. Now, that's not your bank account, but similar things happen with your bank, especially when your computer freezes up. If your computer ever freezes up, if anyone ever says anything about your bank account, go into your bank, or you initiate the call to your bank, and do not use any numbers supplied on email, and do not hit any links supplied by email to get to it. Now, 25% are getting ripped off. Economic crime is the number one crime when it comes to victims and when it comes to money, more than shoplifting, more than all the illegal immigration crimes altogether, as if they're the only ones, but they're not. So what I'm saying is, you have to take care of your bank account. I'm afraid right now about, I don't know what to do. I really don't. There's got to be a way, because even some of these password keepers and all of these places, they can be hacked. And as one guy says, you've traded 25 different passwords for one because they get into your vault. Now, does anyone have any good ideas? Would you let us know?
Our banker is great with us. If anything seems out of the normal, a certain amount goes through anything, Nicole literally calls Suzanne before it leaves our bank and makes sure it's okay. And it doesn't matter if it's an ACH. It doesn't matter what it is.
Okay.
Hey, Tom, so I had some really great advice from my bank because I had exactly the same concerns about people cloning checks. And we set up two systems. One is we opened a savings account for my business. So I only keep a little bit of money in my business checking account. The rest of it stays in savings. And then when that grows too high, it goes into CDs. And nobody can steal a CD from a bank. And it's very difficult to hit a savings account.
Okay. 303-713-TALK. That's one way. Keep a limited amount. But anything that has a username and password, or anything that has an ACH number, an account number, can be hacked. Mm-hmm. Anything at all. So while CDs are a low probability, they can be hacked. One of the safest instruments known to man is if you go to, unless, of course, they get your username and password, but you can go to U.S. Treasury Direct to buy
Bitcoin.
No. I'm talking about right now, U.S. Treasury bonds, bills, and T-bills and bonds and notes.
They still have savings bonds.
Yeah.
Just not physical ones anymore.
No. So, and then what Mark said, Bitcoin, we've had people call and had Bitcoins completely missing. Where do you go?
Yeah, but it was their own fault.
Well, how do we know that?
I don't think there's any way. I don't think anybody can break the encryption on those wallets. I don't think China
and you're
can.
Assuming,
I don't think anybody can.
Bob?
There was a young couple prosecuted, I think, about 3 years ago that were stealing a lot of Bitcoin.
Well, and a lot of them aren't necessarily stealing the Bitcoins, but they're helping you set them up and keeping track of it and then go and steal. In other words, they're not hacking in. They were there from the beginning. Or you set up without a legitimate wallet. Your wallet wasn't legitimate to begin with, but they didn't rob it until you had a lot in there. 303-713-8255. Listen, we got to address economic crime, and we're going to talk right now. Brenda, what is your question? Real quick, go ahead. What is your question?
Tom, I'm a grandma, and I have 7 grandkids currently. I'm retirement age. I don't have a lot of money. I just wanted to get you to talk about a little bit some investments I can put in for each of those grandkids into something that might grow over their lives.
Okay.
Not a lot of money, obviously, but just some ideas you had for investment.
Sure. For low money in, gradual growth, safety for kids, What would okay, you hang on. We'll come back and talk about that. 303-713-8255. Okay, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Right now, if you're thinking about making a change, this is the time of year a lot of people think about change. Frank will give you a preview of what your house will sell for based on his vast experience, 30 years. It's a market valuation, complimentary, no obligation to list, and he can pretty much nail it based on the neighborhood, the comps, the supply and demand, the interest rates. He takes the conditions and gives you a price of what he thinks you can sell and what you'll net and what you can buy. 303-920-1622. 920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Woodley's Fine Furniture.
Well, we got that nice, easy drive out across our highways out here. Earlier problems we had southbound I-25 at County Line cleared, and that wreck on the ramp northbound I-25 to I-70 is gone, with traffic looking better on the northbound side across downtown. Those southbound lanes a little sluggish, I-70 to Spear. We are seeing some bunching westbound 270 right around Vasquez. Shouldn't cost you any extra time. They're setting up road work again. Northbound E-470 just north of Pena has it squeezed down to one lane, so we're seeing a little bit of a backup through there. As we take a look at your weather forecast here for the rest of today, we're going to be dealing with partly sunny skies, high up to 48. We're at 37 now. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
Woodley's Fine Furniture, specializing in handcrafted Colorado-made furniture, custom upholstery, solid wood, and the most comfortable leather furniture imaginable. You will not find better built furniture in Colorado than at Woodley's. Visit woodleys.com today.
You know, the Art of Granite is a place where you can get any kind of countertop. The name says granite, but he does it all. He's a natural stone importer, Mitch and his crew. And they also do man-made materials. Wholesale on all materials. Tear out and haul away is always free. And if you want a price on the phone, the Art of Granite's willing to do it. Now, here's the deal. All you have to do is call them to get your price. That's how proud they are of what they do. 303-386-5919. 386-5919, theartofgranite.com.
Or what?
That was very nice. Thank you. Very sorry about my earlier outburst. Everything's fine now. You use some language I'm not very proud of.
They converge on these parking lots, and they grab what they can. They snip the copper tubing immediately to release the gas, because no scrap metal yard will buy this or even touch it while the gas is in there. So they release the gas, and then they haul that away and sell it to scrap metal dealers. And so what happens is, even though it's not specific, that's releasing CFC. It's being done on their property with their full knowledge and passing for non-verbal approval, right? Because
It's very nice in here right now.
stuff just
I almost want to light a candle.
It's dark.
You can do something if you want to make it better.
that's what they're hoping for, right? And yet, my position is they have perfectly solid responsibility for what happens with the CFCs, right? If they're going to handle a regulated item, they need to do so in a way that is consistent with rules, regulations, and actual laws, including criminal laws, right? So you can't just claim ignorance, otherwise no one will ever go to jail. It is absolutely disgusting. Absolutely. No compliance. Yeah, it's always cheaper to be a criminal. You're welcome. No charge. It is absolutely infuriating. And, the EPA offers a $10,000 reward if you turn in CFC polluters. But it's only on paper. No one has been able to collect that for like 20 years because their funding has run out. So they'll still take your complaint and they'll say, we'll give you $10,000, but you'll never get the check. Yeah. Now they of course they collect the fines. They get their bonus. They get their gravy government job that they don't have to show up for. But God forbid they have to send out a reward from this. So I even looked into, are you familiar with a Qui Tam way to sue on behalf of the government? It's called the False Claims Act from the 1700s. And it offers you a way to actually sue for certain types of items. And as the government says that it takes over, you get anywhere from 10 to 30% of what they actually recover. Now, CU Med just got, that's what happened 2 weeks ago. I don't know if you saw that.
I'm calling somebody who's already approved to be on the air.
Okay. It was interesting.
Yes, sir.
words.
I'm going to put you on hold.
Hello.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I'm not hearing you.
Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. I know why. Hold on.
Can you hear me now?
All right. Can you? Yeah, you can hear me now, right?
Yeah, now I got you.
All right. I'm going to put you on hold.
Okay.
.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let's talk to Brenda. Brenda, I'm going to bring up one of my experts here, and he can listen to my recommendations and chime in. It's Pat Jolliffe.
Yes.
Pat Jolliffe is a financial advisor with me at Wave 8 Wealth Management, the company I started. I want to tell you that I'm not trying to get your business. I'm just trying to tell you where we're at. And I'm going to tell you that sometimes no investing is better investing with just if you have very, very low risk and not a lot of money. However, there are some really safe things for grandkids. What is your time horizon? If you, when would they need the money, or when do you want them to access the money?
They're all young. They're 2 right
Good.
now. And
Excellent.
my main concern, obviously, is covering them, kind of going forward for their lives just with their parents. And then the second thing is I want them to have something that they can actually have and take from me, 20 years from now when they get 18 or whatever.
That's wonderful. That's really good stuff. If it's 20 years low risk, secure, the longer the time horizon, the less risk you have to take. Wouldn't you say that's true, Pat?
Yep, I agree.
Okay, now let's talk about this. A 529 college plan is very basic, but it's only good if they're going to do it for college because it grows tax-free. Right. It grows tax-free, and they never have to pay tax on the growth or any part of it if they use it for college, okay? That's one way. Right. Another one is a Roth, a custodial Roth IRA. Then that allows long-term growth tax-free. And no, they don't pay any tax on that when they pull it out, whether they use it for college or not. So the difference is the 529, you got to use it for college, no tax. It grows a little better. The Roth grows the same, tax deferred, no tax ever. The other one are, can you talk about low-cost ETFs, Pat, that do a broad market exposure and has very low fees and long-term growth?
Right. So, yeah, ETFs, exchange-traded funds, are baskets of investments. They're very much like a mutual fund. They just don't have a manager on them. And so They're defined, the investments that they hold and own are defined by market capitalization, typically of the companies, the stock price. And so, for example, Schwab, just to pick a flavor, they've got a number of exchange-traded funds. FCHG is a symbol that I think the expense ratio on that's like 7 basis points. So where 100 basis points equals 1%, 7 basis points is pretty nil. And you're
it's 0.7%, and if it's a 20-year horizon, even though people speak against the market, in a well-placed fund, the market comes through over time.
Well, the issue is, you've got to outpace inflation, and the equity market's the only asset class that have consistently done that over time.
Now, the other thing,
time is the mitigating factor for risk.
What about Series 1 savings bonds? What do you think of those, Pat?
Yeah, those are okay too, depending on where we are in the interest rate spectrum and what they're yielding. So, and very safe. A lot of times with people, it's just not going to pass the sleep test unless there's some sort of government-backed guarantee on it, or FDIC insured or whatever. So it really kind of gets back to what your personal interests are and what you're willing to do as far as the risk.
Now there are actually dividend growth stocks, which reinvest dividends, like Schwab's dividend equity fund. You have those, very low risk. Then you have just good old-fashioned mutual funds, but they're date mutual funds. You actually commit for a time. And another, so those are the basics. Now, there's always corporate or high-quality corporate or municipal bonds, especially if you're not touching them. They can really grow, and you have tax advantages. Then you have, just good old T-bills, right? Pat, what do you think? Are they a little low on the returns as opposed to what we were talking about?
Yeah, traditionally they would be. And again, it gets back to a lot of reasons people go into that asset class is for safety and guarantees and things.
Yeah.
Another thing to remember, too, for tax deferral or capital assets, unless you sell them, you have no gain. So if you buy stock for $1 and it's increased in value based on market price to $2, but you don't sell it, you have no tax. And so when you do that and have a basket of stocks in a diversified portfolio and you need money out, sometimes you can tax harvest the money out where you're offsetting one with a gain, maybe with one that has a loss, if you have any of those.
I have some good news for you, though, Brenda. Here's the good news. You know how law firms take on a certain amount of pro bono work? Well, we've dedicated ourselves to that too. So here's what I want. We don't want your money. We don't want a dime from you. You want some free advice, absolutely no obligation, because you're a grandma, you're looking after your kids. I want you to call Pat. Just call him. And this is, there's no charge, no sneak, nothing. You just call him and he'll be happy to talk to you, because that's it. And I'll give you the number. It's 303-771-HELP. Okay. That's 771-4357.
What company was he with again?
It's with Wave 8 Wealth Management. And here's the disclaimer. It's my company, so I just want you to know that. But we're not looking for a dime. I just want to let you know that. I have to let people know that. Okay. So let's go on to Alan, who has a comment on Roths. Go ahead, Alan. What's your comment?
Yeah, so Tom, thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to mention that rules changed on 529 plans here recently. But now you can convert unused 529 funds to the student's Roth IRA.
You're right.
But there are conditions, right? You have to have the account for 15 years before you qualify. And then you can convert up to $35,000 to their Roth IRA, but only a certain amount every year. I call it kind of like the best graduation gift that you can give, is getting a student started with their Roth IRA. But it's tax-free, too, converting. So it's almost like a...
it's the best of both worlds. It's the best of both worlds if they're going to keep it that long. You're right. And if, and they're not going to go to college.
Well, they can go to college. It's just any money that isn't used can go into their own Roth IRA. But it's huge, man, because before you were stuck with it, right?
Right.
Maybe the kids got scholarships, or like, what do we do with this money?
You're right, Alan.
But
Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. I forgot to mention that, and that is an option that makes it even more attractive. Thank you, Alan. 303-713-8255.
Awesome.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
Well, we got that nice, easy drive out across our highways out here. Earlier problems we had southbound I-25 at County Line cleared, and that wreck on the ramp northbound I-25 to I-70 is gone, with traffic looking better on the northbound side across downtown. Those southbound lanes, a little sluggish, I-70 to Spear. We are seeing some bunching westbound 270 right around Vasquez. Shouldn't cost you any extra time. They're setting up road work again. Northbound E-470 just north of Pena has it squeezed down to one lane, so we're seeing a little bit of a backup through there. As we take a look at your weather forecast here for the rest of today, we're going to be dealing with partly sunny skies, high up to 48. We're at 37 now. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Okay, so I just saw a survey that 1 in 4 Americans are struggling for medical costs and health costs, and part of those are because they don't have the right health insurance. You know, right now, health insurance still has healthy subsidies available, and some with low deductibles depending on your situation. But here's what's really important. There is no way you can know, seriously, just like we were talking about investing, there's no way you can know all that. There's no way you can know all about insurance. You see, that's why we have experts. But the important thing is finding the experts you can trust. Integra Insurance, God, I've known them for, I think, 30 years now. 303-466-5500. They've helped me with health insurance. You don't pay more. You pay less. You save money going through them. They're licensed, certified brokers. They know what they're doing. They can find the best plan for you, whether it's a Medicare supplement or Medicare Advantage or regular private health insurance on or off the exchange. 303-466-5500, 303-466-5500, IntegraInsurance.com. Hey, another person you can trust when it comes to advice, RedRocksRS.com. Do you know Red Rocks is perfectly willing to answer any question you have on solar? About the tax credits, the financing, the selling back power to the grid, if you're in business, how to get it paid for by a REAP grant, whatever you need to know, Red Rocks is happy to answer. They do it all from sales to installation to service. RedRocksRS.com, that stands for Red Rocks Roof and Solar, 303-704-2449, 704-2449. Hey, John Fuller is a personal injury attorney. I say this every time, and I hope you don't need him, because truly, God, there's nothing worse than a car accident. In fact, what's worse about an injury in a car accident is discovering the injury 2 months later when you thought you didn't have any. Now, I'm telling you, that can happen with soft tissue. Here's what I want you to do. If you have an accident, call John Fuller. Not looking for trouble, looking for advice. John Fuller will talk to you, give you free legal advice. He'll talk about your case and what usually happens in these cases and what they're worth and how to collect and all of that free of charge. He's the only attorney you actually can talk to before you hire him. When you do hire him, it's on a percentage fee basis. 303-597-4500, 597-4500. The website is callfuller.com.
Thank you. Hey, can you hit us with the Wave 8 phone number again?
303-771-HELP. It's
771. There we go.
4357.
We forgot to. Thank you, sir. We're sure that's not going to turn into a Madoff deal, so we're giving that out.
Okay, that's 303-771-HELP. That is it. No problem. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
wings. Imagine. Hey.
Oh, here we go.
K-How.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Compass Insurance Group will do free insurance checkups for the asking. 303-996-9000. This is a good time of year to do that. 303-996-9000. And you don't have to wait for the anniversary date to get a partial refund and move on to better coverage if you need it. TheInsuranceHelpCenter.com. Hey, Larry, what's going on with you? Larry, welcome.
Tom, I heard you were talking about possible phishing, phishing on accounts, financial accounts, and that sort of thing. If you remember, maybe 3 months ago, where they announced that this one company, I don't know the name of it, but they had everybody's addresses, phone numbers, social security numbers, and telephone numbers.
Well, there were a number of companies that did that over the years. I'm not sure which one specifically you're talking about. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. So here's what I've done. Okay. It takes a little bit of time to set this up, but I believe once you set it up,
okay,
probably going to eliminate any of the problem down the road.
Cool.
Go into and create a new email. Now, if you're on Google, create the email on Yahoo. If you're on Yahoo, commit it on Outlook or some other platform, one other platform that you've never used before. They're all free.
Yeah.
And then create that email, but it's not your name. Okay. And it's not linked to your main email.
Okay.
So it's just, for example, you create a new email called Blueface at yahoo.com.
Right.
Then you go to every one of your bank accounts, brokerage accounts, everything, and you wipe out your original email and you put that email in there.
Okay.
Okay. That's number one. Then you go to Walmart and you buy a track phone. And you register the track phone, I suggest you go to a library and use their computer because otherwise you'll have your URL. And when you activate a track phone, basically, slang is a burner phone. They don't ask you for your name or anything. They simply ask you for an email.
Okay.
So then you give them that Blueface email. And now you have a phone connected to that email.
Right.
That really nobody else has because you've never sent an email out under that name and you've never called anyone with that phone.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So then, you buy 3 months airtime, which is like $19 at a time.
Yeah.
And you only use that phone and you only use that email for your financial accounts.
Okay.
You never call anybody. You never even give it out to anybody. The only people have it are your financial accounts.
I like what I'm hearing.
So then, if you get some sort of phishing expedition that you might not be aware of on your regular email, you're going to know right away, listen, I don't have any of my normal emails connected to my financial accounts. This has got to be a scam.
Wow. You know what? I like it. Hang on, please. I want to ask you a couple questions. I like that. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. We have ingenious listeners. I love them. Remember, 303-MARTINO. You can call 24/7 as well. 303-627-8466.
And people think Mark is conspiratorial.
That was the dumbest fucking thing I think I've heard.
I don't think it's that dumb at all.
Run out and buy a track phone at Walmart.
I mean, I don't know about the track phone, but it's only for that. He's saying it's only for that, though. He wouldn't use it otherwise. I don't know.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
I've got an update when we come back for Bradley and the car dealership.
Yeah.
So it looks like everything's going to work out really well.
They give his money back? And no charge for 6 months worth of use? That was my question. I mean, can they charge him?
This woman didn't say anything
Oh,
about
good.
that.
Okay.
What's funny?
Hi, Becky. My name is Kelly. I'm calling from the Tom Martino Troubleshooter Show.
What's funny?
And you had
caller,
sent us an
the
email
mailman,
regarding some
he
issues
was
you're
a
having with
mailman
CenturyLink.
For his route was.
Yeah, so I have the
really?
email here
Right.
and just wanted to let you know that we
used to be
are
a lot
a
smaller.
call-in
Right.
radio show, so we don't do off-air calls. We just do on-air
The
calls.
lady there said, "Yeah, we were trying to help him out. He's our mailman. You know?
Yeah, okay.
We like the guy."
So I'm going to go
But
ahead
then why
and
could they
place
give him a
you on
title?
hold.
The dealer bought it at auction.
He'll ask you a few questions
The
and just tell him
auction
what's going on with
told-
CenturyLink,
or
okay?
Told the dealership, "Hey, we've got the title."
I
We'll
don't
it
have
right
any
away."
idea how
And
long
then there were
people
some
stay
issues
on
when they
hold.
really didn't-
You just
the
got to
auction
be
didn't
patient
have
with
the
me,
title.
okay?
But they sold it. anyway.
Okay,
They
no
sold it.
problem. Hold on.
Yeah.
It's
But,
okay. He got 6 months of a rental car for free,
Yeah.
basically.
Right.
So I wouldn't complain.
No.
Don't want you to worry, but I'm putting on a jacket.
You are sick.
So do you have a big family thing for Thanksgiving? What do you guys do?
Well, yeah, my sister's been hosting it, and it's not as big as before, obviously. I mean, when in my old house, because we had the big house, but it was cousins, and we'd have like 25, 28 people. Now it's it's maybe half that size.
Still a good size.
It's still a good size, right?
Well, we'll have an interesting time because, my son is still pissed off about the election.
Oh, is he?
He's really pissed off.
A ramen restaurant in Parker blew up.
I'm sort of
I should have
libertarian, and my ex-wife, who we're going to see, is really conservative.
Oh.
So
Mr.
usually
Ramen.
if
You're just now telling me there's a
Fireworks
place
don't
called
do-
Mr.
don't
Ramen
do
and now it's
Yeah.
closed. Damn it.
Seems to happen over the holidays. It's just
Well-
these family get-togethers.
we usually don't have a problem, but I have to. tell my
Dozens
son
of
that you need to,
unaccompanied
suck it
children
up.
show up at border.
They
Yeah,
lost.
including a 2-year-old that just had a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Well, that's how when my dad would send me to the 7-Eleven to get cigarettes, I just had a piece of paper. Packet of M&Ms, please.
Yeah.
That's a note from my dad. Hello. Hello. Put me on the do not call list. It slowed him up a little bit, but man, was that Wednesday or Thursday last week? 30 calls.
I've been getting a lot too. It's got to be the time of year.
This time of year in the Philippines. Although, man, bad fire in a really poor district of Manila. I'm sure that's got to be part of why the calls are down. All the people from the call centers are dead. It'd be kind of fun to go visit Mayor Johnston in jail once this thing goes down. I'd put money on his books.
That'd be awesome.
Hey, Mike, here, go get you a pack of smokes. I like him. I got his cell number in my phone. I might as well just give him a call. Keep your head down there, brother. All right, let's make magic.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by RenewHomeInnovations.com. The shower conversions that are beautiful, done in 2 or 3 days, and you have 72 months to pay with no interest. No one does it better than that. And you have stone walls that don't need any maintenance, and glass panels and wraparound glass where you don't need those doors anymore. I don't think anybody has doors anymore, right? No thresholds to stumble or walk over. RenewHomeInnovations.com, 303-904-2000. 2 or 3 days, so you still get it done before holidays, believe it or not. Maybe not Thanksgiving, right? RenewHomeInnovations.com. Bob Logan's with us from Plumline Services. Welcome to the show, Bob. And I want to ask you, somebody texted us real quick here, and they said, Bob mentioned they have people on. And they wanted to know, do you actually do full service if they need it, or only emergencies?
On Thanksgiving?
On holidays or around holidays.
It's all volunteer. We're actually closed on holidays, so it's all volunteer. So typically it's emergency service repairs. So if somebody needs a new furnace, for example,
we'll put it off, obviously.
Yeah, we'll get them heat. We'll bring in space heaters, whatever we have to do, or repair their unit to get them some heat for the night. But so yes, it's mainly emergency service.
Isn't it mostly? I've heard that Thanksgiving is one of the biggest plumbing days.
It is. I mean,
drains.
Yeah, exactly.
Why?
Well, because people are putting stuff down their drains they shouldn't be. It's not always toilets, Tom. It's typically kitchen sinks. They're putting stuff down the disposal that shouldn't go down in disposal.
Yeah.
All right. And that's typically what.
PlumlineServices.com. We've been with these guys a long time, man, from the very beginning. Dennis, by the way, wants to talk about car insurance. Larry, I haven't forgotten about you, but I want to take Dennis. He's been waiting a while. Dennis, go ahead.
Tom?
Yes, sir.
I had a car crushed by a oak tree trunk during the snowstorm 2 weeks ago, and it was an older car, and my apartment complex refuses to take any type of responsibility.
Well, let's talk about it, because there might be some bad news on who's responsible, or if they are, but I want to hear the circumstances. You say your 2005 Toyota Highlander, by the way, that's in the notes, that's why I know you didn't say it, but your 2005 Toyota Highlander was crushed. Now, was this during a snowstorm or just regular sitting there?
My car was parked in the parking lot of the Van Dyke building.
By a big tree, right?
By a big tree. It is on their parking lot, their tree, and I've been in good standing with the apartment complex for 10 years, and I love the people, and I don't want to get aggressive and take them to court.
Well,
I'd
you
like
may
to have
not,
200
sir. Listen carefully. I want to give you accurate information. You may not have a
Right.
case. You may not have a case because something happens. It's not automatically liability.
Okay.
We got to create the scenario for liability. Well, not create. We have to examine if it is liability or negligence. So negligence, which equals liability. So let's talk about it. Was this tree old, decrepit, and in disrepair?
It was an old tree. It was kind of rotten, but they had attended to it in early fall as far as pruning and trimming some of the limbs off.
That's bad news for you. So
it is bad news.
Yeah, because they were attending to it. But did they see a condition maybe, and this could possibly be, that the tree service says you need to do this, and they say, nah, we'd rather wait. So
I'm not aware of that, sir.
Well, you're not aware of it yet, but do you know the name of the tree company?
No, I don't.
Okay. Next question. Is it a tree that someone would look at and say, wow, that looks like crap?
Well, it's an old cottonwood. Yeah, you know how those things kind of rot out in the middle.
Well, no, I'm asking, though, is it so apparently rotten that you expect it to fall any minute?
Well, when you see where it was broken off, it was rotten.
No, I'm asking you, Dennis. I'm asking you a question, and it's a trick question because you're going to be asked the question. Was it rotten enough that when you looked at it, the common man could see it was rotten and in danger of falling?
I can't say that for sure. I don't
Good.
believe so.
Good, because you wouldn't have parked there. That's a good answer, by the way. Okay, now, what do you think the parking lot did that contributed to this?
The parking lot did nothing. I just thought.
What do you
that
think Van Dyke, you know what I
park-
meant by that, Van Dyke, what do you think Van Dyke did to contribute to this loss of yours?
Well, I don't believe that they did anything to contribute to it. I just believe that they are somewhat responsible for tenants' safety, because I pay rent and live there, and that doesn't entitle me to protection.
So if you were parked there and a big semi truck came down and went off the road into that parking lot and destroyed your Highlander, would they be responsible for that?
They would be. Oh, who would be? I would say the truck driver.
That's right. Now, the parking lot would have nothing to do with it. I'm not trying to trick you. I'm trying to establish.
I know you're trying to help me.
I want to know what the building did wrong. Just because there's a tree there doesn't make them liable for it. It does. It makes them liable for it. But they have to be negligent. They have to know about a dangerous condition. And I'm thinking, why was it? Did it just break? Was it high winds? Why did it just fall? That's weird.
It broke because of the snow weight.
Uh-oh. Bad answer. That's a bad answer. You know why?
Unforeseeable act of God.
Yeah, that's right. But, Dennis, what do they say? They just say no?
They just said, we're not responsible. And you know what? I could swallow that. But let's just take a case where if the parking lot was even clear of ice, it was dry pavement and I fell down. What about a slip and fall? Sometimes that they have to be responsible because it's on their property, right?
Nope. These are all myths. Nope. They're only responsible if they did something wrong. I want to get John Fuller.
I don't believe they did.
Hold on, though. You know what? You waited. Hold on. Let me get you some information. Let's ask John Fuller his opinion so we have a better picture of this. This show is all about education. It really is. So hang on, all right? And let's try to get him on, all right? John Fuller, just to talk about this in general. I want to ask Larry again. Now, Larry, I liked Mark. I don't see his camera up. Mark, I don't know if you're still on or not, but I don't see your camera. But Mark thought it was a ridiculous idea, and I wanted to ask him why, because I think it's a good idea, Larry.
Seems like a lot of work to go to Walmart and get a phone just for that purpose.
But Mark, I think what he's saying
that's a lot of work.
No, hold on. I think what he's saying, correct me if I'm wrong, and I want to explore this. Mark has good instincts. I just want to ask him, like Mark, like I have and you have, we have several accounts. So let's say I have 5 or 6 accounts. I have probably more, 8 to 10 accounts, let's say. And if I use this phone for those, it's not a lot of work for all of that, right? I mean, I have one email and one phone that I use just for financial transactions that basically, if it's not in the public domain and I don't use it a lot, I kind of like the idea. Larry, what did you want to say?
You've reduced your chances of being scammed, okay? Maybe not completely, but you've reduced it 90%, I believe, because they don't have your name. That's how they search people, by name. One other thing I didn't share. When you activate the phone, by the way, they're $19. You have to ask for them, though, at Walmart. Otherwise, they'll want to sell you the $35 one. When you activate it, again, from a public library, they'll ask you for that email address, which is that new email address you use.
Yeah, but let me ask you something then. Wait. There's something that might defeat the whole thing. I need to ask you this. Do you use apps on that phone? It's got to be a smartphone, so you do have apps on that phone for the accounts, right?
The only thing you use on that phone is to receive a call from your banker if they should call you, which they never do.
Then when you want to gain access
you get a text.
Larry, when you want to gain access to your account, can you go on your laptop at home? How do you gain access, online access? Because that's mandatory for me. I need online access.
No, you don't change that. You go right in because, at that point, you're not being scammed. You're just using your own accounts. You just go on your computer, access, let's say your Morgan Stanley account by putting in your new email, Blueface, and your new phone number. And then they text you back to that phone number, which really nobody else would have.
Okay.
Now, let me just share one other thing about the phone number. When you activate it, they ask you what area code you want. So you put in an area code where you've never lived. Okay? So you've never been to Utah.
When you activate, you mean the phone lets you do that?
Absolutely.
Wow. Larry, I don't hate this idea. Mark, do you hate this idea?
Seems like a lot.
But you keep saying that. What? Tell me the part that seems like a lot.
What don't you like about it?
Well, okay, so I'm hearing you're going to have like a burner phone for 10 years, plus you go to the public library for what again?
Just one time.
I wouldn't even know where a library is.
Just one time to set up the email. I don't think you have to do that.
It just seems
Larry,
like a lot, that's all.
Larry,
I think it seems like a lot.
Larry, a VPN accomplishes the library part.
Yeah, exactly. You can log on to a VPN from your phone.
Mark,
for that
he's
matter.
not, just so you know.
Compromise it any way you want.
Larry, hold on.
I'm telling you what I did.
Mark, he's not talking about going to a library every time you want to log on. He said when you set up your email, instead of, he doesn't want people to have your IP, so you use a VPN. So you set up an email with a VPN. Once you get the email, then you have it. And that's the one you use for all your financial transactions. It's not tied to anything you have. The username is not your name. I actually like it. But I'm wondering, is it too late if I wanted to retrofit my accounts with one of these, let's say, blind phones?
No. And here's why. Here's why. Because if you go into any one of your financial accounts, they ask you under your profile what your phone number is and what your email is. And you just edit it and delete the other. That's all you do. And they don't have that.
Well, let's put it this way, Larry. I'm going to give you A for effort and A for creativity. I don't think it's terrible. I want to noodle on it for a while.
And did Larry say his email is Blueface?
No, that's what he wanted to use.
That up.
I'm just teasing you.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
it's actually something that no scammer would say. I'm not bothering with this.
Listen, what business are you in, Larry?
I'd rather not say, Tom.
I'm just curious because of your. I don't know. I like it.
Let's just say that we had a high propensity for scamming and everything in my business.
Okay, man. Okay. Have we ever talked?
Employees and employees, employees, they think they're doing the right thing. So you got to kind of build this around them.
All right. Anyway, we got more coming up. I'm Tom Martino.
We need your help to protect your right to AM radio in your car. AM is always there in times of need
now,
with the key
would you do me
information
a
for
favor?
our community. The overwhelming
Did you
majority
get this
of legislators
email from
support a
John
bill to
Fuller?
keep AM radio in cars, but time is running. Please text the two letters
Did you get this,
AM to 52886 and ask Congress to bring this bill to the floor for a vote now. Text AM to 52886.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month. Text stop to stop. A message from the station.
People are going to have various investments through their lives. And then as their time horizon changes, so do their desires and their needs. Joe, as they get into retirement or toward retirement, how do those things change?
Well, Dom, just like anything else, okay, people want to have guarantees. They don't want to have uncertainty. And if you look at the traditional investments, whether it will be a 401k or an IRA, they offer uncertainty. Nobody has a crystal ball to let people know what the stock market will do, what a mutual fund will do, 5, 10, or 15 years from now. They can't predict that. And I think people nearing retirement or during retirement, they should have guaranteed products. Guaranteed products, just like our guaranteed income annuity that offers guarantees not to lose the client's principal or gains. And the same annuity, Tom, offers a guaranteed income for the rest of the client's lives. So we can actually take a 401k, an IRA, investment accounts, and rescue them for the clients and put them into guarantees, not uncertainty, but guarantees. And that's exactly what we do at Become the Banker. We offer nothing but guarantees. And I think this is really what people need nearing retirement or during retirement.
Joe Ciano, you can reach at any time. As he's mentioned, Become the Banker. But the website we use for this, and you can use becomethebanker.org or mymoneymyway.com. I like that because it is mymoneymyway.com. 303-779-6600. Always happy to talk to you. 303-779-6600. All right, now, when it comes to fixing things, what you want is the Art of Granite. The Art of Granite will give you prices on the phone. So you want to fix that counter up, you want the Art of Granite. theartofgranite.com. Now, give them a call and say, hey, I'm looking at quartz or quartzite or marble or this or that, wholesale all materials, even free materials if you get it from their remnant yard, and they have a lot of good pieces there. 303-386-5919. Tear out and haul away is always free. 303-386-5919. theartofgranite.com. All right, now I'd love to tell you about One Clear Choice Garage Doors, because they have 24/7 service no matter when. If you have an emergency, what's an emergency with a garage door? Well, you can't get it closed, so your house is insecure. Or you can't get it open, you got to get out. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. All of their prices on the website. Of course, regular service is their hallmark. OneClearChoiceDoors.com.
Nice work. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, baby. I kind of like that. I swear to God, I hate on the machine.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show.
I've seen them on there.
I didn't get your first name, sir.
I got so pissed.
Craig? Troy. Wow. Okay. Not sure what's going on with your connection, but you are very staticky and kind of cutting in and out on me. Do you have me on a speakerphone or Bluetooth or anything like that?
I get so upset. So I walk up and say, while you're on your phone, can I work in? That's what I say.
No sound.
Oh, I got one more. I said, well, let's do it.
Okay.
Coming back.
Better. Okay. What did you?
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. John Fuller, our personal injury expert. Let's talk, John. Hey, we have a caller, and it's not really a personal injury, but you know about liability, you know about negligence. That's your whole world. So he wanted to know, his truck is in the parking lot, and it's destroyed when a tree falls on it. Now, he said earlier in the fall, they were working on it, a tree service, and that's good. You know, they maintained it, took off some branches. Then he said there was a heavy snowstorm, and under the weight of the snow, a big giant branch fell and crushed his car. And the apartment complex says, we didn't do it. And it's on their property. So what's the story, John? We hear this all the time. Occurrences don't equal negligence all the time, right?
Yeah, you're exactly right, Tom. That is a great rule to live by there. The bottom line when it comes to trees and stuff is absent some negligence on the part of the owner of that tree. For the most part, when it falls, you're on your own. There's no liability on that landowner. Now, what could constitute negligence? Well, let's just say this would be an obvious case. What if they went out and they sawed about 8/10 of the way through the tree and then left it there? Well, that would clearly be negligence that would contribute to the falling of the tree. But under the facts that you set out, if they're maintaining these trees and then we just happen to get a big snowstorm and the weight caused the tree to fall, well, that really is an act of God, and it's not going to be imputable to the landowner in most circumstances.
So when I told him that, and again, he's reasonable because he's not arguing with me, but Dennis said, okay, Tom, what about if I slip and fall? That's obviously something they take care of, so why wouldn't they take care of my car? And again, I think that's a false premise right there, is it?
Well, no, that's a good comeback, but let me explain why he's wrong. The situation with the Premises Liability Act is that we actually have a statute that imposes a duty on the landlord to maintain their property in a way such that accidents don't happen. And when accidents do happen, we look at what the landowner did and we decide whether or not it fits under that statute. In the tree situation, we don't have an analogous statute that defines the landowner's duty. We fall back on general negligence principles. And the overriding principle is that if you're not negligent, you're not liable. Okay? That's the main difference. You can be, you can have liability under that statutory rubric of the Premises Liability Act if it falls under the statute, but negligence with respect to that tree is a whole different ball of wax.
I got it. John, thank you. If you ever need John, he'll answer your questions. 303-597-4500, 597-4500. His website is callfuller.com. Now, Bill, what was your comment for Dennis?
Hey, what I had to do was I had the same problem with the tree. My neighbor's tree fell in my yard, and I had to I had to spend $500 to get it out. But anyway, so we were worried about the rest of the tree falling down and hitting the house.
Yeah.
So the tree guy said, call the city forestry or whatever it's called and have them take a look at it. And they did. The city came out and they condemned it and they had to cut the tree down.
Okay, well, that's good to prevent future. Thank you, Bill. We got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by ReadyWhip.
Well, police are still out with this rollover accident, eastbound 6th approaching Garrison. The right lane is blocked up in there, so keep to the left side of the highway. Not much of a backup, though. Just a little slow coming across from Kipling. We do have a little bit of a slowdown. Both sides of I-25 crossing downtown, both sides of 270, pretty packed as you make your way across Commerce City. Those seem to be the only slowdowns here in town. There is a crash coming in here at the intersection of Broadway and Mansfield, just south of Hamden there. It's starting to back up pretty good. Denver weather for today, partly sunny skies, high up to 58 right now, or 48. Right now we are at 40 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 K-How.
Topping off a dessert or swirling it onto hot cocoa, ReadyWhip is here to whip up some holiday cheer. ReadyWhip is made with real cream, so pick up a can or two. ReadyWhip.
Hey, if you want to get involved in investing in real estate and be a landlord, yeah, you can be. Now, these are not pooled investments. They're not securities. We're talking about getting involved as a landlord through Vestera Turnkey. They teach you how to do it, and they hold your hand through it. So they show you where to buy, when to buy, how to buy, and when to sell. The markets with the greatest appreciation and great rentals on positive cash flows. And they hook you up with management companies, and they babysit the whole thing. Find out more December 7th in a webinar. Here's where you register. MyBiggestReturn.com. MyBiggestReturn.com. All right, you know what I love? I love good estate planning. Dan McKenzie will do that for you. McKenzie Law. Now, what does Dan do? He sits down with you one-on-one. He has what you call a boutique law firm. You always talk to Dan, and he will decide what you need. And along with you, of course. He'll help you make those decisions. McKenzie Law, that's Dan McKenzie. I love that personal touch he gives to estate planning. 833-CO-PLANS. 833-CO-PLANS or coplans.co.
Thank you. All right, let me go see if our little feller's in there.
Instantly shatter innocent lives. Our firm has a historically great record of achieving economic justice for the victims of motor vehicle crashes. We accept righteous motor vehicle crash cases on a percentage fee basis. If you need my help, please call 303-770-5551 or hit dancapluslaw.com. That's Dan, C-A-P-L-I-S.
Can't believe I was able to do that from in here.
Paid leave benefits are here.
Oh, Lee.
File a claim with family for paid leave and take a time you need to bond with your new child, to heal from an injury or illness, to see a loved one off to their deployment, to make sure you're safe, or to help a loved one through a health challenge. Family is here so you can take the time for what really matters. Life happens. Family has you covered. Start your application today and find out how much your payments will be at famli.colorado.gov. Brought to you by Colorado State
Sorry about the
Division,
confusion, but
Association and this station.
Do you have a remote cabin or want to live off-grid? Red Rocks Roof and Solar is the only company specializing in these special standalone systems with battery backups and auxiliary generators. With Red
No, they're really saying that's breaking news from Jack Smith.
What is?
Dropping the election interference case.
Totally dropping it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, he runs the department
of
the DOJ. President Trump is over the Department of
Justice.
Justice. Of course,
I know here in a couple of months, but now that.
But
No,
what
I
about
just
the
saw it.
sentence? What about the sentencing on that other one? What was that for? Was that for where he lied to the bank
They
supposedly?
may end up suing or arresting that guy, the dang DA.
Why?
Alvin
I
Bragg.
hope so.
Alvin Bragg.
Alvin
What
Bragg.
happened?
Well,
They the judge suspended the sentence indefinitely.
Yeah, but that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
But why did he do that?
Because you
Well,
can't.
because he's going to be a sitting president.
No, I'm okay, yeah. I didn't mean that. I meant like, why didn't they drop it?
Well, because Alvin Bragg is mentally ill. But there was some sort of talk about going after him legally that may end up. That I don't know. I don't get it. I like it. I like watching it, but I don't get it. It's like MMA.
I might want to take Troy after this. How much time do I have?
1 minute.
Oh, that's
32 seconds.
And 32 seconds?
No, what do you, Mark? Stop confusing the old man. Holy crap!
Did you just call me an old man, you bastard?
Write that down, Shannon.
Okay.
I got to get some witnesses here. Oh, it's all on tape. Right? I don't need witnesses.
I thought you left the church.
Did you hear that echo?
No, I don't hear an echo. Everything's fine.
Yeah,
Stop.
no, I don't hear an echo. I hear a pain in the ass, though.
What? Who?
Ah.
Mark, I'm landing out there on Thursday to eat, so.
You should. Actually, my dad will be here. Why don't you land?
Give him a
He's
ride.
getting here today, so sometime this week, come out and bring him up.
I may do that. I might do that, yeah.
All right, more magic. Stand by.
Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Troy, real quick, you have a comment on security, I think, because we were talking about security for financial stuff and bank accounts. Is that what you're talking about, Troy?
Yeah, and the guy talking about the track phone.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea. So what you're talking about is two-factor authentication, and you're using your phone as your second factor, something you have.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so separating, that method of authentication away from your everyday use phone and setting up a second email address and only using it, through a completely separate device is a really good idea. I'm not sure if I agree with his idea of opening up a Yahoo account. There's another web service or email service called Proton, Proton.
And what's good about Proton?
It's hosted out of Switzerland. So the Swiss laws on privacy are insane. So somebody getting access to that system, they would really have to be wanting to go after you.
Well, do you really think that do you think that Google, really, Gmail with just an anonymous name, what's wrong with that?
So somebody told me a long time ago, if you don't know what they're selling, it is you. So everything about Google and Gmail
I love
is
that, by
all
the way.
about harvesting data.
Yeah.
So there is nothing anonymous about Gmail or Google.
Yeah.
So I'm a cybersecurity engineer by profession. So.
Oh, you are?
And yeah. So I'm also not afraid of LastPass. It's a very good password manager.
What do you like about it?
Everything is encrypted on their site.
Wow. Okay. Where are they out of?
Yeah. I'm not sure where they're actually. It's all hosted, online. So I use LastPass for everything because it generates a random password, just a scramble of numbers and characters, and you can adjust the size of the password to meet whatever the requirement is for the websites that you're visiting, and then it auto-populates the username and password.
Well, that's pretty cool.
So check it out.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, Troy, feel free to call in when we're talking about these issues. Becky, what's going on? Hi, Becky.
Well, hello there.
What's happening? What's happening?
I am absolutely at wit's end with CenturyLink because of late fees upon late fees that they have assessed me for the last 4 months, including this month of November.
Yeah.
I have been in touch with them twice, once in July, once in October, because we had a medical situation, an emergency medical situation, that ended up in the death of that family member. And then, being older, she was in the senior community.
Well, what does this have to do now with CenturyLink? What's going on with CenturyLink?
What does it have to do with CenturyLink?
Yeah.
Is that I called them up and I said, these are my extenuating circumstances, and that's why my bill was late. So I said that at the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, my bill was late in paying it.
So how do you
2 days,
normally
3
pay
days.
your bill, Becky?
Excuse me?
How do you normally pay it?
Check, the
Okay.
old-fashioned way.
Oh, boy.
I don't do auto pay. They have offered it to me. I just don't do auto pay. I like to see.
No, I know. There are a lot of people agree with you on that. I don't. I do auto pays. If I initiate them and can stop them, I do it. So let's just talk about this, though. What did they say about it?
In essence, what they said is there are no adjustments and no consideration for extenuating circumstances.
Well, how did it affect you?
How does it affect me? Well,
Yeah.
I get $16. I have 2 lines, so every month it's $16 per line as a late fee.
Oh man,
and that has
$16 late fee. If it, how late was it?
The first time I think it was too late, 2 days. And then thereafter, I think what is happening is because I won't pay the full amount, I pay just the basic service. With
Yep.
the
Now you're late
fee.
every single month. Now
I'm late every single
how
month.
much is it?
Total right now of $128.
Yeah. See, you're not going to win this one. You know what
I'm
though?
not.
You can. Well, here's the deal. I think you should have paid then protested because letting it go partial, it's like a mortgage that's partial. They'll keep marking you late. And you don't win it that way. If you did it one time, that's different. And then you go and say, I shouldn't have been charged a late charge. Now, when did you first talk to them about extenuating circumstances? The first time?
July 5th.
Well, that doesn't mean anything. Was it the first? Was it after the first late payment?
I think it was. Let me look at my notes.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering because it's kind of, man, I just don't think it's going to work. So you can, what do you use them for?
I'm sorry, I missed what you said.
What do you use them for? Regular phone service or what?
We have 2 lines of just regular phone service. That's all we do. We don't do any bundling. We live out here in the country, and so CenturyLink is our only choice.
Hold on. So you live out in the country, and you don't do online payments, and you have landlines, 2 of them.
Yes.
Oh, do you still milk your cow?
Well, not here, but yes.
Oh, Becky. Okay, listen. There's one other thing you could do. Now, CenturyLink's not the only service available for phones. You could always...
Okay, Miss, you're kind of breaking up.
Okay, I said CenturyLink. See, that's your phone line.
Yes.
CenturyLink is not the only option you have for phone service.
Oh.
You may want to threaten to leave to see what they say. Say, look, how long have you been a customer?
Well, we've been out here almost 30 years.
Come on. And they won't waive a damn late fee? Come on. You've been paying since that late fee. You know what, Deputy D, I want you to use your negotiating skills. And I want you to, this is a 30-year customer. They ought to be begging people. You know, they don't have any landline anymore, any landline customers, except for Becky and her husband, I think. Well, there might be a couple more, but.
Right.
Well, Tom,
my neighbor down the street.
Maybe Deputy Doc.
How sure are we that this isn't entirely Becky's fault? I mean, she was late on a bill.
Well, no, I don't doubt it was her fault.
Late and late
Hold
and
on,
late.
Hold on. I don't doubt it was her fault. She was late.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every
and she
single
thought,
month.
hey, give me a break. I'm late. And they didn't. So she just kept paying her bill like normal. Technically, she was really only late once. I mean, technically, because she kept paying her normal bill on time.
Right.
But they kept, of course, rightly so, seeing it was a deficit, therefore late again, late again, late again, late on late, late on late. So I'm not even sure that's entirely legal, to be honest with you, because that's compounding without. I mean, late on late is different than if she didn't pay. I mean, you know, I would just say, but if you don't feel strongly about it, I don't want you calling.
Oh, no, I'll call them.
Well, no,
I'm interested in seeing what they would say.
I'm not even insinuating it's their fault at all.
We're just going to ask
They're
them for a favor.
Saying a 30-year customer with a landline, but it could go both ways. They don't have many landline customers. And they don't care, I don't think.
They might want to get rid of her anyway.
Exactly. I don't know if they care about landline customers. What do you pay for your lines? I'm just curious.
Approximately now about $134 a month.
For 2 lines?
On 2 lines.
Do you
have cell phone coverage where you live?
Do you have cell phone?
We do have cell phone coverage, and now, thankfully, because of Elon Musk, we have unlimited internet, which we didn't used to have until about 14 months ago.
How is that Starlink service?
It works pretty well. Overall, it works pretty well.
What were you doing for...
We live in the valley, and so sometimes...
Yeah.
We have that intermittent signal that doesn't come through.
What were you
That's
doing
why
before
we need
that?
At least, and I'm willing to give up one landline.
What were you doing before
but I think
that?
we need the other. We just need one reliable line.
Why? I'm just curious. I mean, I'm not trying to talk you out of it. Why?
No, that's fine. Because my husband and I have this conversation more than once. Why do we need the landline? Just as a backup to our cell phones? We're not. That's probably how we think. Maybe we need an update.
I don't think you.
on how we look at technology and these kinds of services.
How old are you? Do you mind if I ask how old are you?
69 and a half.
Oh, come on. A landline. You don't need it. I mean, you can. I'll tell you. I mean, that's up to you, obviously. But anyway, I think you're wasting money. 303-713-8255. Listen, we're going to have Deputy D assign this. He's going to give it a try, see if he can call him. And I don't know. Let's just do it. I'm Tom Martino. More coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's new Salted Caramel Frosty.
Well, the 2 issues we had out here just cleared out of your way. The wreck northbound I-25 at 38th Avenue is gone. All lanes open. They're starting to really open up at the front of the jam, but it did back up traffic starting back at Alameda. So a little slow going on that northbound side across downtown. There is some slowdown southbound I-25 here from I-70 getting down to Spear. Otherwise, the rest of I-25 looks great across town. Also, just cleared that rollover off the highway. Eastbound 6th at Garrison. All lanes open, looking good in or out of Lakewood right now. Denver weather for today, sunny skies, high up to 48. Right now, we're at 43 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
It's time for Wendy's new Salted Caramel Frosty, the only cold, creamy treat you'll want all season long. Because if it's the iconic Frosty with a salted caramel twist, gotta be Wendy's. Limited time only at participating Wendy's. Salted Caramel Frosty flavored with other natural flavors.
Hey, DenverRegen.com has the weight loss stuff that you want, the weight loss, and it's at a great deal. I think they're starting like $275 a month. They have both semaglutide and tirzepatide. Tirzepatide's even better. Compounded, get a head start on weight loss. Or better yet, if you take this stuff, I'm serious, it helps you abstain from too much food and you still enjoy food. It's a remarkable drug, and you can get it at DenverRegen.com. Sheridan Auto Tech honesty, integrity, value, knowledge. I mean, everything you want. In fact, they do maintenance, repairs, and electrical issues, and pre-buy inspections on used cars. I urge you to do that, please. SheridanAutotech.com. That's only $120 on used car checkouts. 303-455-7242. 455-7242.
Very nice, thank you.
Hey, Tom.
Yes.
I don't know. This just I'm just asking a question. If she got a satellite phone, would that work? So she has an emergency backup.
Does Starlink provide that? I don't know. Does it?
I don't know. I'm just asking.
Well, yes. If she truly had one, but they're very expensive.
Are they really?
I mean, I don't know about Starlink, but I know that regular sat phones, yeah.
More expensive than paying $100 a month?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's hundreds of dollars a month.
Yeah.
For just a few minutes.
Satellite phones are really expensive.
Oh, okay. I thought you could just buy one.
No, hell no.
Okay. Yeah, it was, like I said, I had no idea. I just thought of it.
Do we have any insiders at CenturyLink?
We used to. I don't. We have to ask Kelly.
Kelly, can you hear me?
Kelly?
What?
Yes.
Do we have
Put
any
down the mimosa?
Do we have any insiders at CenturyLink that I could call?
We used to. The last one I knew of, Suzanne has the info for.
Oh, okay, I'll email Suzanne.
Tom, don't you still have friends at Mountain Bell?
Mountain Bell. Hail.
I thought you sold that.
No, I had Liberty Bell, and I did sell that.
Oh, I know, but would have gotten it from the old
Bell.
I had Liberty Bell, and it cost me $32,000 to start it, and it sold for $8 million. I could have probably held on, but that phone companies were going away. I got out at the right time.
the copper alone. I was surprised that Mark didn't want to get involved in the drop phone deal and the burners and the. Mark, are you there, Mark?
No, he's on a Zoom.
Oh, is he? He didn't have to say out loud that he doesn't know where a library is. No kidding. Shocker.
Yeah.
Well, the Menendez brothers are on a Zoom call, too, with their judge.
Really?
That's not the call Mark is on, right?
Let's hope not.
Yeah. If they could have just mellowed out and not killed their parents, where would they be now? Banking, real estate, something. I mean, good-looking brothers.
Actually,
Talk Station 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Bob Logan is with us from Plumline Services. I do have some texts I'll get to, but Gail has a question or has an issue. Hey, Gail, what's going on with you? Gail?
Hi. Hi. So I had a problem with my vehicle, my car.
Yes.
The engine light was on.
Yes.
And I took it into Christian Brothers Motors, and for diagnosis, and I paid the $149.
Is this up? Hold on. Is this the one in Parker?
No, it's in North Glen.
Okay. And what happened?
Yeah, and then they said that whatever was wrong with my car, it would be $800 to $1,000 to fix it. So I said, well, fix it. I paid the $800.
You didn't ask what was wrong with it?
Well, I know what was wrong. It was something with the gasket or something. I don't know. So I don't know cars, so I trust people that do know cars. So they fixed it. They said, yeah, that everything's fixed. The next day I drove out. I was driving home from work. The engine light came on. It was a Friday. They're not open on the weekend. So I took it in when I could make an available appointment. I took it back in. They had it for the day. They looked at, they wanted to charge me again for another diagnostics, even though that's the original reason I brought it in. And then they said, well, your engine is dead. Like, you need a brand new engine.
Wait a minute.
$11,000.
Tell me about your car.
Okay.
What is it?
It was a 2017. It was a 2017. I don't own it anymore.
Wait.
2017 Lincoln MKC.
Well, how many miles on it?
68,000.
It was very unlikely. Why'd they say your engine was gone?
They said there was a problem with the fluid into the engine, coolant.
Well, but okay. I mean, this is weird. So how long ago?
Weird.
How long? I don't know if I entirely believe them. Why didn't they notice that the first time?
That's exactly my question, Tom.
Okay, hold on. How did you pay? How did you pay that money the first time?
I just put it on my credit card, $800.
Well, I would how long ago was this?
Oh, like a couple of weeks ago.
And you got rid of the car already?
Yeah, because I don't want to buy. The car would have been underwater. I still owed on my car, and then to pay $11,000.
Well, wait. If you were underwater, okay, hold on. What did you do with the car?
I took it back to I took it to Siltahar dealership.
And what did they do?
And I leased the car. I'm not going to buy another car.
Okay, what did they do? Did they give you any allowance on that car at all?
Yeah, they gave me $4,000.
I doubt it, but you leased a car, so I mean, I don't. You got. I don't even want to count how many times you got screwed here. So, I don't. There's nothing we can do about it. Even if they did screw you, we can't prove it. Can't prove it. You don't have anything. I mean, I'd go after him for the $800, but you don't even have the car to prove it. We have nothing. We have Gail, I'm with you. I'm on your side, and all I can say is I don't believe the first time. I have a gut feeling. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
God, that was weird.
Can you guys do me a favor and get off the internet? It's working really slow. I'm just kidding.
Are you on my network?
I'll shut down my YouTube.
I gotta go to the restroom.
So I shut that down. So I'm barely using that. Is it really noticeably slow?
I don't know why. Hopefully it's not. I'm fine, thank you.
So, do you guys have like a company Thanksgiving or Christmas party?
So we did our Thanksgiving last Friday, just like a potluck. I provide pretty big cans and some turkeys and stuff. Christmas, yeah, we'll have about 400 people at a Christmas party.
Holy cow, man, that's awesome. Where is that?
This year it's at Church Ranch Event Center.
Sure.
North. Yep. Last year was at the Ritz-Carlton downtown. We used to do them.
Oh, I know that place.
They had a great little
true.
Congratulations, what a great problem to have. 400 people at the Christmas party? That's awesome.
ABC's Catherine Falter says prosecutors in the filing did not say the charges were not warranted.
Blow me.
We have one Centennial, kind of our headquarters. Probably. I don't know about next year, but at some point.
Smith also signaled another outstanding case. The Mar-a-Lago classified documents case would also wind down. That could come as early as today.
Wind down.
The president-elect vowed to fire Smith when he took office. This is ABC News.
Wait, what are you going to do?
The end of an era in New York City.
Move it all to a central location. Because right now the call center,
For some of the millions of New Yorkers who live in the city, they've become kind of a pain.
It probably creates some hazard, and they do take up a lot of parking spaces.
The dining shed set up because customers were afraid to eat inside during the pandemic must be removed by Friday, the city says.
we share that.
It can be put back up again in the spring, but with a lot more rules in place, including that it can be moved quickly and easily. Sherry Preston, ABC News. Criminal charges have now been filed against a
Which is pretty cheap.
two fraternity members at Dartmouth College. It's in connection with
it's cheaper.
Okay. That's shocking.
drinking students who went swimming in the Connecticut River. Most of the group departed when it started to rain, leaving Jane behind. You know that feeling? Like every door is closing and you just can't see a way out? The shop picture, there is still no sign of that young lady, but the search has taken a hard breaking turn. Feels a lot like that. But when you find the right tools, suddenly everything just clicks. Getting on that path may be easier than you think. A good place to start? Go to findsomethingnew.org. At findsomethingnew.org, you have access to resources that help develop new skills. Skills that will position you for careers in today's growing industries. From healthcare and manufacturing to cybersecurity and alternative energy. Plus, you can take advantage of online courses, certification programs, apprenticeships, and more. So you can take yourself from unemployed and uncertain to empowered and prepared for what's next. Find your path to a new career today. Visit findsomethingnew.org.
They come up for refinancing every few years, and they'll have trouble getting refinanced if they project much lower numbers. Because even though they already should, right? Because they're half vacant.
Yeah, they're not collecting.
So nobody could explain that to me, right? They're already too low.
Yeah, they can lie about the numbers, saying that you don't get as much rent. Chances are.
Yeah, but you'd think the bankers would know that, right? They would be able to figure it out. It's their job to protect their loans. So I'm not satisfied with that explanation. I'm surprised there hasn't been. Just a few high profile.
Especially in the high country. We got winter storm warnings from Tuesday to Wednesday up in your mountains. 10 to 20 inches possible there. As far as any snow or rain down in lower elevation spots Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, but there's a good chance we could get missed.
That is Fox 31 meteorologist Kylie Hurst. That's the latest on Channel 5.
Well, you guys are quiet.
It's crazy, isn't it? Are you back from your Zoom call with the Menendez brothers?
I was with Jenny. You know Jenny?
Who? What?
Jenny. Jenny was a friend of mine. From my heart.
Yeah, China.
Not.
8675309.
Hold on.
Not Jenny in marketing, right?
Yeah, digital.
Godine or what's her name now? Russack? Mark?
Bingo. I'll be right back.
Bye. I've known her 1,000 years. She was a promotions assistant. We used to have so much fun. It's crazy how much of my life has passed me by.
Girl, did she leave?
She went to another company. The big girl? Jen?
No.
Oh, Sarah moved to Nashville.
Oh, to be with that guy?
Maybe not, but she's working at a radio station in Nashville, which could not suck. There's no way that would suck. Radio in Nashville, come on, man.
Interesting.
It's more polite from you don't play.
I put soap into paper towels.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Well, of course, I mean, I just forgot about it until this morning. Okay, is Mark back or?
He is.
Yeah, I'm back.
His cam's not though. Okay.
Is Tom back?
Yeah.
We just can't hear him.
What do you mean you can't hear me? God.
Hear me.
Because that's funny.
Shannon, is there something you can do to stop that echo?
No.
Is it coming from Tom?
Well, here's how we can tell. I can disconnect while you take a call. Seriously.
We already know it's from you.
Okay. Well, I don't know why. Yeah.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. What's going on in your life? How can we help you? All you have to do is call us. Gail's on the phone now, an issue with Christian Brothers. I don't like what I'm hearing, but there's nothing we can do. Or she did call in, and let me explain something to you folks. If you ever have questions on car repairs or the way you're dealt with and you get rid of the car, we're done. There's nothing we can do. She brought a car in. They said she needed an $800 repair. She did it. Then the light came back on. Then they said, well, now you need a new engine. She had only 68,000 miles on a 2017 Lincoln MKC. I don't think she needed it. Who knows for sure, but I don't think so. I mean, even if she needed some repairs. In any case, she traded the car and leased another one, so that's done. I just thought that it's too bad. So sad. But you can't go back after you get rid of the car itself. All right, so our guest today, Bob Logan, Plumbline Services. We talked about holidays in general and emergency calls and all that. And I think the number one problem in a drain? Well, other than just a bad drain. I mean, they're bad drains. They're old. You have an old house, right? Old. One of the problems is grease, right? Isn't that the main thing or not? Or is that just grease? What?
That is certainly a big problem in kitchen lines because people dump grease. They think if they run
does
hot
grease
water,
eventually? Well, does it eventually go down? I mean, what does grease do?
No, it doesn't. It starts to coagulate and it'll harden almost to the point where it's like concrete. So each time you dump grease in there, it'll start restricting that line till it gets smaller and smaller and smaller until it eventually clogs. And I mean, there are, a lot of these over-the-counter treatments are not necessarily good for your drains, but there are products that you can use. A product called PT4, BioClean, BioOne. There's some organic products that can be used without dumping a bunch of chemicals down the line to help prevent that. But once that line gets clogged, you need to get it snaked out, and that's really the only way to get it cleaned. Right. Now, outside of that, I mean, if you're constantly having problems with your drain lines, whether it's kitchen, toilets, showers, again, it could be like hair in showers or something like that, but a properly functioning line should not clog. It really should not clog, especially when you get backups with your toilets and stuff. There's probably a bigger issue that you need to get figured out.
You know, that's one thing that I think it's an automatic ripoff by many, many companies. When you have a slow drain, it doesn't always mean you need a new drain, right? I mean, okay, so what's the difference between a slow drain and a bad drain?
A bad drain, so a lot of the drains in Colorado are made out of what's called clay tile. So if you think of those pots, those red pots that people use for gardening.
That was the old drain line.
That's what it's made out of. And
there's still some like that.
There's thousands throughout Denver. I mean, that's what most of them were designed from. And they got a limited life.
When did they change that? What year?
70s is when they started using,
Plastic.
Late 70s is when they started using plastics. And of course the plastics have gotten better as well. But
so mid 70s backward, you could have clay.
Yeah, exactly. And so, even with the plastics, if they're not put in properly, you could have low spots.
Yeah, bellies.
You could have bellies and offsets.
Okay,
but cracks, tree roots. People think that it's normal to snake out tree roots. That's not normal.
No, what they say is it's maintenance, right? It isn't normal. Why do they think intrusion of tree roots is normal?
Because they've been told that. Because somebody's going to charge you $300, $400, $500 to clean them out every year, and we're of the opinion that you may as well get it fixed. Now, we can certainly snake it out or jet it out and get rid of those tree roots, but they're just going to come back. They're penetrating the line because you have a crack or an offset or something else going on there.
But you can line those lines, right?
You can line them. That's one way of doing repair. You can burst them. You can excavate them and replace the line. There's a lot of different ways to do it. But so we're of the opinion, give a client some options. Tell them exactly what's going on. They might just want to fix that one spot. They might want to fix their whole line from the house to the street. They might want to do everything in the yard. So our job is to educate a client on what exactly is going on and what the options for repairs are, and then let them make the decision. And some of these repairs are pricey, so we offer financing. If somebody needs financing, we can do low monthly payments on it. Again, they're the homeowner. It's their money. It's their house. It's their budget. We're just there to educate them and give them options.
Now, on the newer lines, though, you would very seldom have. Well, what would be a reason to replace a new line?
Typically, it's a belly. Typically, it wasn't during construction. It wasn't.
But that can be just taken out, right? In that area, can't you?
In that one area, yes. So typically, that's what we call a spot
if it's
repair.
In good shape, right?
Because again, plastic's going to last 700 years, so chances are it's not the line that's bad.
All right.
And so yes, we'll just go in and cut that one section out and fix the belly.
Now, Becky called earlier and she said she had a late fee because she had extenuating circumstances in the family, and she felt badly about it, but she was late, and they charged her $32, $16 a line, and she said she thought she wanted a special circumstance, and they said no, so she kept paying her normal balance. So each month, because the whole amount wasn't paid, she got another $16 charge. It's up to over $100. Or she got another $32 charge, $16 per line. And she's upset. She goes, look, I've been a customer for 30 years. Brian, you have a comment on that problem. Go ahead, Brian.
Yes. I feel sorry for that woman. If your deputy can't get any leeway with, is it?
Yeah, CenturyLink, yes. Yes.
Yeah, tell her I'll pay the late fee. I'll either give you guys the money or she can call me. I'll send her a money order, but I want her to get caught up. But under one condition, that she does cancel one of the lines. I don't want this happening to her again.
Yeah, you know what? Thank you very much. That's very nice of you. And take his name and number down. We always like people who are willing to help out people. I want to talk about something else on text here. One guy says that one of the best things he thinks for security are pass keys. Now, let me get this straight. Are pass keys where you plug it into your computer So you actually carry it with you, and you have to plug it in where you are. Is that what a pass key is? Because I don't know if I use a pass key. It's different than a password, right, Mark? Do you know what a pass key is?
Of course.
What is it? Is it like a USB
Well, there's some
thing?
that go right on thumb drives in order to access
That's what I'm
stuff, you
saying.
gotta
So,
plug in.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No,
So-
that's it.
So it's like a USB drive that you'd carry with you.
Yeah, and it's encrypted.
So it could be on your key ring or something. Some say that...
Yeah, it could be pretty much anywhere. I mean, that works very well. I think just dual authentication works the best for most people.
Now, not all... They said it could be on your phone, too. They have pass keys that go on your phone that can...
Well, like on your phone, you can use a thumbprint, for example. That could be a pass key. You could literally have a pass key.
Now, on my
Windows computers have pass keys now.
Yeah, on my laptop, I've always had that fingerprint thing you can do. So that...
Or face recognition, of course, on a phone.
Yeah. So apparently that's where the industry's going, pass keys.
Well, I'll tell you one that works great. Charles Schwab, they have voice authentication that works. It's remarkable how well it works.
Oh, really? So they can... I wonder if anyone could ever trick it.
I don't think so. I thought about that, like AI. I don't think it works that way, or else why would they be using it?
Wow. You're right. You're right. They wouldn't. Not on something like that.
Yeah, so I finally invoked it. It works pretty well. As soon as you call up, you say you basically say a sentence, and then all of a sudden it authenticates you. So when it does put you through to somebody, you don't have to answer, 10 different questions again.
I love that idea. Wow, that's pretty cool. All right, thank you. I'm Brian. Like I said, it may or may, who knows? I mean, she's got this problem, and I think I really appreciate you offering, but people whatever you do with a mortgage or anything, don't let it pile up, okay? Don't ever let it pile up. Bob Logan, I have another. Oh, no, this is not for Bob. Well, maybe it is if you need an IT guy. Here's what a guy says. Listen to this one.
Definitely not Bob Logan.
No. Although it would be tough to prove, in my opinion, I am not getting any job offers from 99% of the companies I'm applying with on LinkedIn, ZipRecruiter, Indeed, blah, blah, blah. Once they look at my application and resume, they see I'm 65 years old, and it looks like an automatic disqualifier. I am qualified, as qualified as a 21-year-old for most jobs, have more experience, more reliable, college, and I'm as smart as anyone they hire.
What kind of jobs are you looking for?
Here's what he says. Unfortunately, only 2 companies out of 40 even bothered to interview me. One was for an electrician. Here's what I think. People are afraid I'm going to retire in a year or so. But there's no guarantee a 21-year-old is going to stay either. Although at 65, is it a fair question? I think it's a fair question to ask. Are you going to retire in a year? I mean, I don't know if I'd want to invest a lot of training and time in somebody who's going to retire in a year or two.
I'd be terrified.
Yeah. Anyway, here's what he does, because I asked him that. He's been in IT for 42 years. But this is what I don't understand, but not so much Windows software experience. He knows hardware integration, and he knows a lot of different programs. He can repair IBM servers. Jeez, nobody uses Intel and IBM servers. I configure flash, diagnose, repair laser printers. That's another thing going away. I also ran, this is a good one, 6,500 square foot warehouse, shipping and receiving, inventory. I can repair cables, soldering voltmeters. So he's an electronic technician and IT guy. I have a degree in electronic technology. He's applied for IT jobs, technician jobs, warehouse jobs. He's done installations, cabling, power,
I know, for example, Amazon's hiring.
like for drivers and stuff?
Well, definitely drivers, but I mean, you said warehouse. That's why it made me think of that.
Yeah. You know, yeah, they are hiring, but look at, I don't like the idea. I don't like that older people might be overlooked, but if I had a choice between a 40-year-old or a 65-year-old, it has nothing to do with their ability. It's the time horizon, because you have to invest a certain amount of money, right? Don't you? You have to invest and anyway.
Well, just ask Bob Logan sitting next to you. How long does it take for you guys to train up an HVAC tech that can finally go out on his own and live up to company standards? What, a year?
Yeah, that's just to do basic maintenance if they're starting from scratch.
Yeah, think about that, Tom.
What about installation?
Even someone that's green has a year invested in them. Mostly not only are they getting paid, of course, but the training, the schooling, and all of that.
And again, that's just maintenance. That's just basic maintenance. Even technicians that come to us with 10, 15 years of experience, we'll invest a good 6 months to a year just to teach them the Plumline way.
Yep.
And so a lot of time and money. But I mean, we've got people of all ages working for us. I'm willing to invest in the right person. And they bring a lot of value.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just going to that time horizon like Tom's talking about. It's pretty hard to do that with someone that's 65 years old. I mean, let's even put aside the heavy lifting and other things that could be part of, the scope of work with Plumline or an HVAC company, but just that timeline at 65, you could very well train them, spend a lot of money on them, and they retire a year later.
That's true. That's the problem. That is what I'm saying. Like I can't blame people. 65, look, if you said to me, I want to work another 10 years, but you're not supposed to even ask that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I mean, look, if you hired me at 65, you would have now had 6 years from me. And who knows how many years. But here's the thing, though. Some people don't want. They want to retire at 65 or 68, or some people want to retire at 60. So I don't think there's anything wrong asking. I don't know.
Hey, real quick, I was reading up on this this voice print, they call it, like a fingerprint.
Okay.
It actually analyzes 70 different points. You can't copy it. In other words, even if you used a good program, and the reason you couldn't copy it is because while you're having the conversation with the financial institution, it is constantly still doing it. So in other words, if I went on there and said my passkey, my verbal passkey when I'm on with Schwab, and then they put me through to a rep and my account's open and he can do whatever, it's still monitoring my voice for a change. So if all of a sudden the guy with the gun to my head gets on, it's going to know it changed. I mean, it's really remarkable. This looks like this is where everything's going, is this voice recognition, man.
I know, that's a great idea, especially if you can't really defeat it, if it's that good, that's a great.
It looks like you can't defeat it, and it's constantly working the whole phone call, which is nuts.
I know, it's a great solution. I didn't take 15, did I?
I don't know. Do you break in this hour?
Yeah, see, you jerk. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to break right now. I'm going to break your ass. Okay, never mind. We'll take a break. I'm Tom Martino. More coming up.
That's awesome.
We need your help to protect your right to AM radio in your car. AM is always there in times of need with the key information for our community. The overwhelming majority of legislators support a bill to keep AM radio in cars, but time is running out. Please text the two letters AM to 52886 and ask Congress to bring this bill to the floor for a vote now. Text AM to 52886.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month. Text stop to stop. A message from the station.
Vestera Turnkey. That's where you can get involved in real estate investing. Do you know that he's got records showing doubling investments in 2 years, sometimes 30 to 80% a year, and he can help you. If you are looking to get into real estate, he can counsel you on where to buy, when to buy, and how to buy. He identifies the actual properties. And I say it's a team. Valuable research in some of the hottest markets. And here's what's also cool. He also can set you up with management companies and people to take phone calls for you, so you don't do anything really except to own it. And it's a great investment, and it takes the conventional hassle out of ownership. So here's what you do. Go to mybiggestreturn.com if you want to sign up for a December 7th webinar where you can listen and ask questions. It's December 7th, mybiggestreturn.com. Hey, if you're looking for window coverings, I know you've heard people say do it yourself. They make it sound like it's so easy. It's not. The actual measurement alone is a pain in the butt. And then picking the right stuff. And then hanging it. Listen, Made in the Shade does all of it for you. First, they come and measure and talk to you and have a designer recommend stuff free of charge. If you decide to move forward, they order the stuff and then have it delivered and install it with the best installers in the business. Made in the Shade, one stop for all of your window coverings, whether it's high-tech, low-tech, in-between tech, soft goods, hard goods, shutters, shades, blinds. Made in the Shade, 720-458-6566, denvershades.co.
Very nice. Yeah, I just don't normally work the second half of the show, and I thought maybe you'd gone NPR and you don't take breaks. That's all.
Yeah, shut up.
What? It'd be funnier if we could hear you.
You freak of nature.
Yeah, your level's going up and down.
Oh, shut up.
It's true.
Well, okay, what's doing that then, Shannon? Since the controls aren't.
Well, I didn't know if maybe Bob got further away from the mic. We had a hard time hearing him last time. We want more Bob. Bottom line,
God,
more Bob.
Damn you people.
I'm sorry we're so demanding. But you look good on YouTube. If that helps. Oh, my gosh. Stunning.
Okay, you guys are just trying to avoid the lawsuit.
Just trying to fluff your bunny, yeah.
Butter your bread.
Lawsuits come.
Butter your biscuit. Hey.
Puff your daddy.
Oh. Puff your cheese? No.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show. Sure. What is your name? All right, Mike, hang on for me.
Yay.
Just hold on for me, please.
I keep holding on. Oh, that we can hear.
I didn't do that. I have that. Wait, am I doing that? Wait a minute. Who's doing that?
Not I.
Not I either. I have those sound effects, those exact, but I
It's
didn't
gotta
do.
be Mark. That's got to be you.
It wasn't me.
It's
I
not
don't
me.
know why you would think it's me.
That's funny.
Here, look.
Stop it. Mark.
Well, I know it's not me because I have my sound. I have it unplugged now. I have mine unplugged, so it can't be mine. I have it
It's
unplugged.
probably one of the deputies.
This is the sort of stuff I can do.
That's horrifying.
I have this.
True international average of pressure.
I have all kinds. That one sounds better than
Did you guys see Biden slip off into the Amazon after his speech?
That was brilliant.
Awesome.
Luna, the Luna Clause.
You know the thing.
This is fun. This is fun being here for the whole 4 hours.
If client or Luna break contract, the percent of money deposit given to Luna will no return, no exception.
What
Love
words
Luna.
are you? What?
That's it. That's literally a contract I'm reading between Luna Landscaping and Construction and some poor bastard.
Press 1 for English.
It's great. If listen to this sentence, it's great. If the client change his mind without prior notice, if he or she refused material Luna use at the time of breaking contract, that deposit the client given up
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Mike's got a comment on CenturyLink. Go ahead, Mike. What's your comment?
Yes, Tom. I've had one landline with CenturyLink for 18 years, and since June, they've been putting a bogus charge on my bill.
For what?
Directory assistance.
Directory assistance? Does anyone even do that?
I have never used it.
Who would ever call directory assistance? Is that 411, right? Or 411? Come on, who the hell
I
ever?
don't even know what
That's
it is.
what it used to be.
I never even used it.
Come on, 411. Who would ever use it? I mean, has
How
anyone
much
ever?
is the charge?
In fact, I don't
No,
even.
it was-
Information,
it's for 20
please.
It was for $20.97, and what the lady
$20?
needs to do, $20.97.
Okay, hold on a second. This has to be crazy. Are you kidding me? They don't have such a thing. Come on. 411. I'm going to do it. 411. Let's see. What is 411? There can't be.
Well, what are you doing it from? You don't have a landline.
I've had one landline with them for 18 years.
No, I'm talking
Never
about
used
Tom.
Directory assistance.
Oh, it doesn't even
If
let
you do it from your cell phone, you get your carrier.
I don't have a cell phone. I only have a landline.
Oh, my God. I feel like I've entered into...
No. What he's saying is,
I won't say it.
you have a
Twilight
landline,
Zone.
or do you have a landline, Mike? You're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. I didn't even know the service still existed. I, honest to God, didn't even know it existed.
The lady in the rural area, she needs to write a note with her, when she sends her bill, mails it in every month, saying that she's not responsible, explaining why, putting the account number. That's what I've been doing
well,
since
thank
June.
you. Thank you, Mike. Hey, Mike, did you ever think about just doing away with your landline?
No.
Okay, why? Do you like it? Do you have a cell phone?
Because you get a beam of radiation through your skull every time you use a cell phone. They work off a laser beam.
Okay, so I get it. I get it. So you don't have that because you don't want to get that through your brain. I get it. We got more coming up, 303-713-8255.
That was awesome.
Did you hear the sound
Denver's
effect?
Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning.
'Cause I don't want
Dan
that
Caplis
laser
in the
beam going
afternoon,
through my
6:30,
brain.
KHOW, Denver.
You know, I am
Now,
tired of this.
Impact Traffic.
I get it.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
We're just getting in.
What are you tired of, Tom?
Nothing.
This is going to be along Highway 119. That drive in between I-25 and Longmont, there's been a head-on collision westbound Highway 119 at County Road 3.5. So watch for police and fire responding in there. And Highway 119 also very busily traveled this time of day, heading to or coming in from I-25.
Hey,
I-25 itself looks good up and down
Shannon?
the corridor. I-70 a little backed up eastbound from.
Yes.
Never mind.
The right lane was blocked off with courtesy patrol. They just reopened a few.
What?
Nothing.
It's high up to 48. Right now, we're at 45 degrees. With your impact.
I just want to.
How may I help you?
No, I'm fine.
Coming to you. Do you need me?
Select Major Appliances.
I'll ask you
Plus,
afterwards.
take an additional 10% off when you buy other Select Major Appliances. Valid 11/6 through 12/4. Cannot be combined with additional discounts. See Lowe's.com for details and qualifying items while supplies last.
DenverRegen.com. Yes, DenverRegen.com. You want weight loss drugs at discount prices, the injectables that have made the rage around the country. You can get them compounded, semaglutide and tirzepatide for pennies on the dollar. That's DenverRegen.com. Well, let's put it this way. Would you rather pay $1,400 or $1,500, or would you rather go to Denver Regen and pay starting at like $275? That's right, DenverRegen.com. And do it now before the holidays even, because it gets you into the eating less mode without even feeling like you're sacrificing. All right, another thing I love talking about is really when it comes to real estate, you don't do better than Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Frank will help you evaluate your home to see what you should list it for and what it will sell for. And he knows based on 30 years of experience, and man, is he great. So he'll tell you, come within pennies. He always does what he says. If you want some real great indication of what your house will sell for, what you'll net, and what you can buy, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
Thank you.
Boy.
Good afternoon, Tom Martino. Please hold. Good afternoon, Tom Martino. Please hold. How can I help you, Tom Martino Show? Okay, bye. Good afternoon, Tom Martino Show.
Thomas Martino.
Tom, are you there?
Oh, I am here. Yes, I had my mic off and I was getting really pissed. I'm here.
Good. All right.
Yes.
Just making sure you're there.
How
are you doing, Bob?
Bob, he's talking. He wants to know how you're doing.
How am I doing? I'm doing great.
You got to get close to the mic, or
I'm
he's going to say,
doing
"I
great, Mark."
can't hear you."
Look at Tom's head. What's different?
Size?
Oh,
The hair growth? Yeah, I mean, it's going
from
crazy.
stem cells. I know.
He's going to have a
He's
mullet.
got freaking
before you
hair.
know
Can
it.
you believe it?
I know, it's crazy.
He looks like Fabio.
Fabio. That's funny.
Boy, you dated yourself with that one.
Oh, that's a good pull.
Yeah, I guess I probably did.
Okay, you've called into the radio show. We're actually
So
broadcasting.
I think it's been like 6 months since I've been on the show when you've been on, Mark.
Oh, get out of here, Bob. That's not true.
I'm serious. I can't remember the last time you were on.
I was probably on, but
Well, we do
he
have
probably
You're
had
always
me
traveling
muted.
around in your
phone
RV.
number, but that's just to get on the radio show.
I keep trying to run into you at Perry. Suzanne and I go there for that lunch special sometimes.
Well, I moved, you know. I live in Evergreen
No,
now.
that's not anything.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's far.
Here we go.
Yeah, I love that place.
Heart radio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. All right, now let's talk and find out what we can do to help. Let's see, Bill. Hey, Bill, what's going on?
Hey, I got a sink. When I pour water into it from like cooking pasta, I have to burp the garbage disposal for it to drain.
Wait a minute. It's just plain water from pasta?
Yep.
If you took the same amount of water in a pot that wasn't boiling
I
pasta,
never did it.
it's
just
going to
when
do
I-
it's
I
going to
know
do
what
the same
happens when I
thing.
do boiling water, I have to burp, the fingers on the garbage disposal.
How do you burp it? I never heard of burping.
I take the spoon or something and I push the rubber fingers down and it bubbles and it goes down.
What?
No problem.
That's you have to stir it, in other words.
No, just burp it.
I don't even know what the hell he's talking about.
Well, when I the fingers on the garbage disposal.
No, I don't. You mean the rubber flappers?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Are they sealing it or something? I mean, like
the burps.
Like if you look down in your garbage disposal.
Online replaced everything on the sink.
Before when you look down at your garbage, at your drain, where the garbage disposal is, like right now, is it open or do those rubber flaps close? I mean, like if you just run water, will the water run?
Yep.
But when you put hot water down there, a large amount.
I don't know if it's the hot water, but it was the volume.
Yeah. The volume doesn't flow past those things unless you put a wooden spoon in there. It would eventually.
Whatever, to burp it.
Well, thank God for 93 or it's free.
I don't know. It's not his drain. He's not.
Online's replaced everything underneath the sink.
He's not
They
talking
sent
about.
3 different people out.
Okay.
I think. Hey, did you call like last month or the month before? I
Yes.
remember you. Yeah.
Yes.
And I'd offered to send somebody back out. We went back out.
Well,
and-
there's nothing. His drain works. It's just when he puts a big pot of water into his sink, it doesn't go through those rubber flappers
Well,
quick
it's
enough.
I'll tell you what's going on. Bill's forgetting that he has all those noodles in the water. And he's
No.
putting all the noodles and the water in.
No, I pour it into a strainer.
Listen, man. If you did not burp it, what would happen?
I guess it eventually would go down.
Okay. So
I never do it. I always do it because I don't want the pasta sitting in a puddle of water.
Well, so are you setting the colander or the strainer
over the sink,
it, and then
Right over the garbage disposal, right in the middle of the sink.
yeah? So
Is it
it's blocking the water.
pasta, Bill?
It's
Yeah,
blocking the
so
air.
You just exactly. So
It's blocking
just,
the.
you
That's
just
what
need
it's
to
doing.
lift it up about an inch or so.
It's blocking the air going. See, for the stuff to flow, it has to have air, and I think it's blocked. But you have a double sink,
Yes.
so the other one should. I don't know. That doesn't sound right to
Never
me.
use the other one for water. It's just a drain sink.
No, I get it,
We
but
put the dishes away.
but it's teed into the
drain.
garbage disposal, right? Aren't
when
they
you're-
both teed? They both connect underneath.
Yeah, they do.
Right.
But again, I know exactly what you're talking about because I do. It happens to me when I put my pasta in and you just lift it up an inch or two and just let that water drain out. because you're creating a seal.
I could hardly hear you guys.
What's that?
I could hardly hear you guys.
You know what, Bill?
I'm right up against the
I
mic.
can't help it. I can't help it. Shannon needs to be fired because if you don't hear me,
I've been hearing that for 30 years.
Do you hear
Bill,
Shannon?
do you hear me okay, though?
Yeah, sure he does. See
Bill,
you, Bill.
do you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Do you hear
It's
me
just
okay,
Tom
Bill?
that's low.
Bill, hold on. Bill, do you hear?
Tom's low, yes.
Am I lower than him right now? Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can. Well, I didn't do anything differently, so why can you hear me
You know,
now?
it happens all the time when I call you. The girl that answers the phone, half the time she can't understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay, Bill. Thanks, Bill. I love you, man. James, what's going on with you, James?
For taking my call.
Yes, sir.
I'm having a standalone garage built. The total cost was originally going to be $30,000. During the course of events, the contractor has now quit the job.
Why?
His decision. He's frustrated because there's been a series of events. Like it started with I had to do a double pour with the foundation. Then he
wait. Why'd you have to do a double pour for the foundation?
Because he misestimated the amount of concrete necessary for the pour.
Oh, it was his fault.
Well, he's blaming it on the concrete company. I'm not buying that. But fast forward, he also tried to pass off a used garage door on me as a new garage door. We've since negotiated a settlement for that. But due to some things like that, and
okay, so he got frustrated basically, and hold on, he got frustrated and quit. Hold on, I'll come right back to you. I want to know and make sure you're not behind the 8 ball here. Hold on.
Yep.
Now, impact traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
We're just getting in word of a crash here up north. This is going to be along Highway 119. That drive in between I-25 and Longmont, there's been a head-on collision westbound Highway 119 at County Road 3.5. So watch for police and fire responding in there. And Highway 119 also very busily traveled this time of day, heading to or coming in from I-25. I-25 itself looks good up and down the corridor. I-70 a little backed up eastbound from Havana out to Chambers. The right lane was blocked off with courtesy patrol. They just reopened a few moments ago. Denver weather for today. Sunny skies, high up to 48. Right now we're at 45 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
Time with family, laughs with friends, and cash back? Discover's got you covered on the last one. That's because Discover doubles all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cash Back Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Hey, you heard me talk about Vestera Turnkey. Now you can listen for yourself from the founder of Vestera Turnkey to find out how you can get involved in real estate as a landlord, own rental property, double your money sometimes in 2 years, make 30 to 80% returns, and just have one heck of a time doing it because they take the hassle out. December 7th, you can hear more from Barry Miller, the founder, and his team on a webinar from your home or office, December 7th. Go to mybiggestreturn.com. That website will help you sign up. mybiggestreturn.com. Renew Home Innovations does beautiful showers, and they'll do yours. All you have to do is call them, and they can do it in 2 or 3 days. And you have 72 months to pay with no interest. They do beautiful stone walls. They do beautiful glass panels. And no shower doors needed, no thresholds to walk or stumble over. They're great for people who are older or people just starting out. It doesn't matter, but it's a smooth transition from the floor to their perimeter drains, benches, grab bars. They're all custom made for your movement. RenewHomeInnovations.com, 303-904-2000, 904-2000.
Thank you.
Hey, Tom.
Yes, sir.
It's funny how Bill couldn't hear you.
Be quiet.
Yeah, real funny.
I think Shannon fucks with your levels to get you going.
Yeah, well, guess what? I'm not fucking with him, so it must be someone.
Well, who else could fuck with your levels except for Shannon?
Right? Had to be me.
I can't fucking do it.
Nope. Tom sure can't.
Tom can't do it. Oh, wait.
Huh?
Logan's there.
Dave?
Dimitri.
He's doing it?
When Tom went
I
up,
bet he
go to the
does when
restroom.
Tom gets up.
Go ahead. What,
levels.
Dimitri? Tell him. Have I touched my controls once since we've been
No. Tom's been sitting on his hands during the entire show. He hasn't touched anything but his coffee cup.
here? Or my cell phone.
It's crazy how low you are, man.
Am I still?
Yeah, but don't change it because you turn it up and then we get the echo. So we're going to go with low instead of echo.
Well, how about you boost on your end, asshole?
I'm boosting right now.
Oh, come on.
Why don't
I
you
can't
go
be
down to
lo-
the
I
basement
can't
and turn
be
that shit
low.
up.
Yeah, he won't.
No, I'm not changing it for one show.
You should.
Hey, if we got our own connection, would you be able to do it for mine? Seriously, if I bought a receiver, your rack unit?
Like at Salem or another or
No, seriously.
Bonneville?
If we buy a rack so we have our own access.
It would be fantastic.
No, I'm serious. Can I
I'm
put
serious
one?
too. I talked to you guys about it already.
Okay, well, Mark, let's order it, please. We'll get the write-off at the end of the year here. Let's do it.
I don't think it would do anything for the issue we're having.
Yes, it would. Just tell him, Shannon, how we could adjust it.
I could then reach over and adjust
Good
it
afternoon. Thanks for calling. The
Yes.
instead of going to the basement.
Seriously, Mark. Did you hear him, Mark?
I heard him.
Okay,
I
let's
don't know
do
what to
it.
tell
Please,
you.
let's do it. Really.
I can't hear you.
What?
Huh? Tell Kelly to zip it.
Okay.
Oh, the United States' global reputation has sunk after Trump's victory.
According to who?
According to
MSNBC.
Morning Consult did a survey.
Oh, there you go. Morning Consult.
And the world
Those are
is
the
looking
same polls
down
you
on
kept
America. The world is looking down on
so
America.
we have one of our deputies working with her. So thank you very much for
Oh,
calling.
were you going to have the world over for dinner this weekend? Are you trying to impress them?
The world is
That's the thing that always kills me. France is laughing at us.
France.
Fuck France.
They
Fuck
pooped.
France.
They pooped in their own river to keep.
Right after the
triathletes from being able
election,
to-
we slumped down with Europeans.
Oh, man. I wonder what the Canadians
The
think of it.
favorability
concerned
toward
about-
the United States.
I'm very concerned about what chicks
Around
with
the
hairy armpits
world.
think about me.
I'm concerned that Tom reads nothing but liberal rags.
Oh, shut up.
really
I
something.
read everything.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I actually do. I really do.
Why don't you read the room once?
Ah!
You know what,
Hang
Shannon?
on, hang
Good
on.
one.
I'll read your hospital report.
You're the best. You're up.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. So, I want to... wait, what was Bill's issue? Oh, Chris has a comment on that garbage disposal issue with Bill. He says when he puts hot pasta water in the sink, it doesn't drain unless he puts a wooden spoon or something through I don't know. He calls it burping. What the hell does he mean burping? Because he must hear it go burp or something. Hey, Chris, what is your comment?
Yeah, I just wanted to I wanted to see if you guys could possibly limit Bill's phone calls to maybe one a week. Otherwise, we should start calling it the Bill Show.
How about Drew? Drew used to.
Same thing.
Yeah, you know, Bill's a good guy, man, and so I like having him call.
Yeah, every problem you talk about on the air, he's got the same problem.
Or solutions sometimes, but
Yeah,
Or he's had the same problem.
that's true. And Chris, Thank you for that. James. James. What's going on, James?
All right, so I've got this garage being built. The contractor has basically quit
And he
the
walked
job.
off so the series of mistakes made him walk off the job. He was pissed probably.
Well, there were also 2 windows up high that were supposed to be put in. He didn't frame those
a series
out.
of mistakes. So I
And
need to
thought
know
that
this.
He could convince me otherwise.
I need to know this. How much did you pay?
I'm in for 15 of the 30 right now.
Okay.
I know that I would certainly be entitled to get an estimate of any of the remaining elements that need to be completed and put that against the 30 grand. But since he quit, I'm wondering, do I even know anything at all at this point?
Well, if he did more than 15, you do. I mean, yeah. I mean, even if a guy's a jerk, unless he doesn't come after it, you know what I'm saying? You're claiming he breached the contract. So you may not. Here, let me explain this to you. Let's just say he did $20,000 worth of work and you paid 15. But to get it completed, it's going to cost 40. I mean, what I'm saying is this. If you go by the original specs, you can figure your losses by how much more than the original contract is it now going to cost you. In other words, you could say, I signed for this for 30 grand. That's if it was reasonable and realistic. I signed this contract for 30 grand, and here's the specifications. Now it's going to cost me 40 grand. You could make that a loss. Now, this guy could fight it saying, could fight it saying the new guys are doing way more than I was doing, whatever. But that's one way of calculating a loss. Another way is to see how much work was done and what you paid. And let's say there was $10,000 worth of work done and you paid 15. Or the other way around, you may owe him money. So there's really a few ways of looking at it. But here's the danger in seeing how much more than the original contract it will cost. Because you have to prove the original contract was reasonable to begin with, and he didn't underbid it. And then you have to prove that the new guy's not doing more than he would have done. So it's easier to just pay for what was done, cut your losses, and hire someone else. That's easier. Do you know how much was done?
Well, he's currently offering a total of $4,000 off, but I'm sure it would definitely cost more than that to finish.
Well, $4,000 off the 30? Well, no. You got to get someone out there to look at it, bro. You need to get someone to evaluate it with the same original contract and then see what it will cost to finish to those specs. I'm Tom Martino.
What should we do with him?
Okey-doke.
What do you want to do with him?
Well, he's got to get somebody to look at it.
Oh,
I don't
never
want
mind,
to
he went
just
away.
keep sending people out to places.
All right. Nope, we're good.
He's done.
Jeez, calm down, Shannon.
You know, just once in a while, I'd like to be able to help somebody, as opposed
Bring
to
it down a notch, bro.
we just keep throwing people to the wolves here.
There are so many.
My God,
Giving them to
contractors out there.
we give these poor people to Doc, and he just.
Yeah.
We should send Doc out to Bill's house, check on that pasta.
Can you hear me now?
Hey, Doc.
He walked out. That's the only reason I'm teasing him.
I hear an echo.
No,
Echo.
you don't.
Echo.
What?
Echo.
I hear it.
Could you hear it?
Yeah.
Hello? Hello? I can hear an echo. Shannon did something.
I just made you
Shut the
sound
fuck
better.
up.
That's all.
What?
Nothing.
Hey, have you ever been to a hotel where you're like on club level, where they have a club where you can, get food and shit like that?
You just talked about it the other day, right?
Yeah, have you ever been to one like that, though?
No, not really. I don't know. No, I haven't.
So that place we were at last Thursday, the Polaris had it. So we stayed the night at the club level.
Yeah.
And we go in there. So listen to this, man. They had a bag of peanuts and beef jerky. I fucking couldn't believe it. So they refunded us for the difference between the regular room and the club level.
What hotel was this?
It's the Polaris. The actual place just opened up, Bob. It's gorgeous.
It's little.
It's right on the Air Force grounds. So if you go to like an Air Force football game, check it out. But their club level stuff, the reason it was so funky is they only opened a week before and they simply didn't have the manpower. And I was like, well, you would be better off not even selling that than having people walk in there and there's a bag of peanuts and beef jerky.
Yeah, I stayed at one of those in Paris. At least they had cheese and crackers.
Yeah. The nicest one I remember was the Ritz-Carlton in Maui. It was full-blown bar, so, I mean, you could get like an old-fashioned top-notch liquor. They would have hors d'oeuvres every night, full breakfast, omelet bar, the whole bit.
There's a reason they're the Ritz-Carlton. Man, they're the best.
There is a reason. You're right. Same with the Waldorfs, have a great one. For my parents, I think it was their 50th anniversary, we sent them to a Four Seasons in, I think it was Miami, and they had a blast. They said, I don't think I've ever been to a Four Seasons, actually.
Four Seasons in Maui is nice. Really nice.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, we were at the Ritz-Carlton in Maui. That was really nice.
Yep. I've stayed there. And the Grand Wailea.
What's that one that, what's that island Bill Gates pretty much owns?
Epstein.
Yeah. Epstein's Island. No, it's the little Hawaiian island off of Maui. We went over there. Yeah, Lanai. So Bill Gates owns 90% of it. But there's Four Seasons there. That's the only hotel there. If you don't play golf, I don't know what else you would do. There's no town. It's crazy. There's a cat sanctuary. It had about 200 or 300 cats. That was kind of cool.
Where was that?
Lanai.
That is in Lanai.
What's Lanai? What state is
Lanai
that?
is a small island off of Maui.
Oh, Hawaii. Oh.
Yeah.
Drew Bradford said he's praying God will reject you and me.
I don't think it works like that.
What's that?
That's funny.
Wait, me?
Yep.
Why me?
What, you think you're going to get out of it?
Why
he didn't
me?
He didn't mention me, right?
No, he's talking just about
No,
Tom.
he
Drew
mentioned
loves
you,
me.
Mark.
Drew loves me. Here, you show me where it says me.
I just deleted it. I'll show you.
Yeah,
I'll send it to you.
bet.
I'll send it. I got it. I'll get it out of the trash and send it to you for sure.
Drew loves me.
No, he's actually
a Trumper,
doesn't.
man.
He said you talked. Hold on. He's praying
He's
against
a Trumper, bro.
You talked this guy into taking his $75 back. I know. I
did.
Yeah. Well, that's what he says.
You're the one that did that.
I never even talked to that man.
I heard you. It was off air. You called that guy up and said, look, man, take your $75 back.
Drew says, I am praying that God will reject you. I didn't realize you could just pray like that, like a slot machine.
Hello.
What the hell is this Drew. I just had it.
Oh, MH is right. It's Larry Ellison.
Oracle?
Yeah, he owns, listen to this. I just looked it up. It's 98% owned by Larry and 2% by the state. That's fucking unbelievable. He owns the fucking island.
Yeah.
I would say the 2% is where the boats land, if I had to guess.
And he's got some big boats. You know, Larry's got some huge yachts.
Yeah, he's into that, man, big time. Same with the biggest one is the Amazon dude, man.
Yes, love it.
God, that boat is like a fucking city. It's better than a city.
And you know, this is a weird one. The couple that started Yankee Candle, another huge, 400-foot yacht.
No shit.
Called Paraffin.
Yankee Candle.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that always makes
Global
me think like
dismay after
you think you're
Trump's
doing
election.
good till someone buys a 400-foot yacht.
Oh, God bless them.
You think you're doing good until your buddy lands in your front yard with a helicopter.
Yep. He's got to kick up a lot of rocks when he lands.
Actually, you'd be shocked, man. When
Sure.
it's really dry, he kicks up dirt, dust, but just the dust. I tell him to land in the backyard, but he won't do it.
Is that a euphemism?
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Bob Logan's with me from Plumline Services. We got an hour to go. And then tomorrow we're going to have some very important discussions on anything near and dear to your heart and pocketbook. So yes, we will have a live show tomorrow, so please join us. And I have some special guests coming on that you're going to want to know about. So let's talk to Bob Logan. I got some texts here.
Speaking of special guests.
Yes. Plumline Services. I don't know what this means. Do you have flat rate pricing?
We do have flat rate pricing.
Okay,
yes.
so tell us how that works.
So for, let's just say 90% of everything that we do in your home, whether it's a disposal, a capacitor for your furnace, whatever you need, we give you a price based on the labor, the parts, the warranties. Everything is all built.
It's okay.
And so it's not time and materials. So before we do anything in your home, we're going to give you some options. We're going to give you flat rate pricing. And then it doesn't matter. Let's say on average it takes 2 hours to do that job. If it took us 3 hours, we're not going to come back and ask you for more money.
Okay, but if it takes less, you get...
Yeah, sometimes it takes less, sometimes it takes more. But that way, it's the most fair way to do business. It doesn't matter where you live, how old you are, if you're male or female. Everybody gets the same price for everything that we do.
All right, now we have another text on another topic here. I have a question about annuities. We don't have millions to invest, but we are diversified pretty well. We own a fourplex, and we only owe this much on that, and we get over this much in rentals. We have $300K in cash. We want to invest about $200. Why would we do an annuity over investing in your brokerage? I don't have brokerage. What I have is an investment advisement firm. You don't invest with us. Do you invest with Schwab, and we advise you? But anyway, we're in our mid-50s. Husband will be fully vested in parent in 2.5 years. That's good. And he will lose half the money we pay when he retires, half of his monthly pay when he retires. So annuities look great. Yeah, annuities are good. So if you are that age, just do the math. I mean, here's the thing. If you're in your late 50s, what is your time horizon? If you want to take some money in a lump sum and put it into an annuity, and you can predict when you're going to take it, you'll have a definite guarantee of income. So there's nothing wrong with that. Now, can you make more money doing other things? Yes, you can, but there is some risk to it. Nothing is ever guaranteed, except annuities are guaranteed. Now, when I say they're guaranteed by companies. So technically a company could go out of business, but it hasn't really happened in the annuity business except for in recent time, maybe once. But then there are certain coverages you get for that, not full 100%. But here's the bottom line. If you have $300K and you want to invest $200, it's a good idea that you have that $100 you keep. And then if you want to invest the $200, just do the math on what that $200 will return you. You can always do some conventional safe investing and then convert it, or do even an instant conversion. When you do an annuity, there's just no two ways about it. It's a guaranteed safe product, but also you are exchanging a certain amount of liquidity along with upside potential, because you're not going to participate in the full market gains, okay? So it's really math. People have different opinions. But as I said, nothing is all good or all bad. So it just has to do with the math. And I hope you're still listening, because you sent me that in the first hour. But anyway, I'll try to answer you by text. Another one for Plumb Line Services, and that is garbage disposals. Why do people hire you guys to do garbage disposals when I can go to, they want to know the advantage. They're not challenging you. I can go to Home Depot and buy one and have it put in? Question. What do you think? I don't think garbage disposals, in my opinion, are critical. I don't know. What do you think, Bob? If you have one there and you want to go buy a new one and put it in, a homeowner can do that, don't you think?
Well, yeah, someone who's pretty handy can.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. The pain in the ass with a garbage disposal is holding it up and bolting it in.
There's a lot of
things. Is that a one-man job?
Here's the thing. I don't know what percentage it is, but
yeah,
a large number of calls we get is because a homeowner attempted to do something.
Yeah.
And then they call us because they messed it up.
Right.
And then it ends up costing them twice as much to fix it. So
it can happen.
If you're qualified, if you're handy,
Mark,
there are some things you can certainly do on your own.
Yeah, I've done my own disposal.
I've done mine. Now
I'll
tell
do
you
it again.
The pain in the ass that I found is getting that big thing that's heavy and holding it up while you're trying to screw that collar, make it tight. Oh, man.
Now, I'll tell you the other thing I never would have tried is if there wasn't one pre-existing. That would be insane.
Yeah, I've done that only once. But in the pre-existing one, I did come up with a little, for my second one I did.
And if it leaks,
I know.
Again, a lot of times people attempt these things and then it ends up leaking, and now they got hardwood damage.
Look, and I'm not recommending people do things, but we all try. Now,
did either of you ever do your own garage door opener?
Never.
I did one from scratch.
Well,
and
actually,
it was like 4 days.
They are harder than they look, man, especially if there's not one there.
The
to
alignment
get it
and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Well, not only that, but that spring could be deadly.
Yeah.
There are lots of people got killed by the garage door springs.
Well, yeah, but you don't have to mess with the spring to do an opener. You don't have to.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's already there. To install a garage door, you would. That's where it gets crazy. James, welcome. What's going on, man?
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
This is the third call I've called you. It's the workshop estate messing my fence up. Does that sound familiar?
Hold on, let me look it up. What did you call them?
Okay, so the whole gist of it is Workshop Estates built a house next to me.
See, I don't recall workshop.
fence.
Oh, yeah. No. You didn't mention the contractor last time, but I remember. Wait.
Actually, I did, man. So you guys, you had Callie get the phone number from a guy that I had.
I might be confusing this. Never mind. There was one the other day where the contractor killed his tree. I'm sorry. That triggered my memory the wrong way. So it was, how long ago did you call, man?
Oh, man, it's been about a month or so now.
Okay, we'll find it. Anyway, tell us about it. What's going on now? What's going on now, man?
So you had Callie. She got a number from me last time for somebody from Workshop Estates.
I've never heard of that name before.
No, neither have I. That's the thing that
they said that they had never talked to me. I have a text message conversation back and forth, so I'm saying that they're kind of lying. You guys got them on the line.
Mark, I usually never forget a name of
the owner.
Okay.
He said he would take care of it, and now he's not answering or responding.
Kelly, do you recall this? Kelly, put down the mimosa. Do you recall this at all? Okay.
I do.
Oh, you do?
The gentleman said that he had never met James.
Okay, you do remember this. That's
and it
odd.
kind of just died off from there. So I don't know if there's a new thing that's occurring.
And it was about a month ago.
It was about a month ago, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, well, that's cool, man. I'm glad she remembers it. Anyway, so he just said he does. Do you have anything to prove that you did business with these people? Or that you talked to them or anything? Like they were built.
Yeah, I have text message conversations going back and forth from the first guy.
Can you send us some of those? This guy said he never heard of you.
Fix it, and then he's just not helping at all.
This guy never heard of you, he said.
What was that?
This guy said he never heard of you, right? To Kelly?
Yeah, so the first guy said he never heard of me, and I talked to him right in front of my house. They tried to give me like an Amazon card, which I immediately gave back and told him all I want is my stuff fixed. That's all I want. So he's the one who said, the first guy I talked to, he said he didn't never heard of me or talked to me. I have text message conversations saying otherwise. I get this other guy that says he's the owner of Workshop Estates. So that was the last time. You guys got us in touch with somebody that said he's the owner. I have a text message conversation with him saying he's trying to come check it, and then he said he was in the hospital or something, so I was trying to just be nice. I reached out like a week later, and he just stopped responding.
All right. Send us the, do you have some screenshots of the text you can take or something that we can see? So, Kelly, when you called the guy said, I don't even know who this James is, right? He just denied all knowledge of him altogether, right?
Correct. Yes, that is exactly what he said.
Gosh. And James, what were they doing?
And I was like, well,
what were they doing?
I guess I'm just good at guessing phone numbers.
What were they doing next door, James?
They built a house. They knocked the house down, and that's when they damaged it.
Okay. And how old was the fence?
So it seems it'd be more of a sentimental thing because my grandpa put it up. So, I mean, it's like 30-plus years old.
And what kind of a fence?
So it's, I want to say it's 4 feet chain link, but it's embedded in concrete at the bottom all the way around.
So it was chain link, and even though it was that old, there was nothing wrong with it?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, that's what counts. I mean, it doesn't matter how old it was if it was a chain link. And how did they destroy the whole thing or part of it?
So first off, the first part I noticed was they put when they were tearing it down, they put I want to say
Wait. They tore down, when they were tearing down the house, you mean, not the fence.
Yeah. So
okay.
They put like a 3-foot hole into it, and it's coming in. I took pictures of all this.
Did you send us the pictures?
I have not. You guys didn't ask for them. I don't.
All right, here's what I want. Right now, send us a couple of screenshots of the text and a picture of that fence, and we'll be happy to revisit this. I'm so sorry I haven't recalled this. But anyway, what's the latest on this, or did you just call to find out if we heard anything back?
I just called to see what I should do now, if I should go take him to court, and if so,
how much will it cost to fix? How much will it cost to fix, James, that section?
I couldn't tell you. It's more of a matter of them just tearing it up and leaving it at this point. It's probably not even super expensive, to be honest, but...
Well, you got $7,500 limit in small claims court, and small claims court would be the one you would do. But you wouldn't sue the builder. You would sue the homeowner.
Copy that. Okay.
The homeowners, your next-door neighbor hired the contractor. Isn't that correct?
The owner at the time, I would assume, that's who you told me to send the initial letter to.
Right.
That's where I started, was sending them a letter.
Yeah. And what did they do?
That's when I met that guy that said he never heard of me. He came up and he tried to give me a $50 Amazon gift card.
Now, what about the owner of the house? Is it the same owner, or there's a new owner, or what?
No, it's a different name, I believe. So the owner I have that I looked up online on the city information.
Yeah.
It's BTB Properties.
Oh, so they were probably building it on spec and then sold it?
I couldn't tell you. I don't
You
even
need
know
who?
what's
Okay,
going on right
who owned the house at the time they destroyed your thing? Who did it? Who owned it? Is this the
BTB Properties?
Okay, so they're the
LLC.
builder. That's who you go after.
Okay.
You go up to that builder in small claims court. Mark, he has to look that up on the Secretary of State, get a registered agent.
Yeah, and then sue them in the county they're in.
In the county the house was in, Mark, or that the builder's in?
I would probably do it where the builder was to make it simple.
Or the developer, whatever he is. Whatever that is, they were the owners at the time. They hired the contractor. They're responsible for their property and people they hire. Now, obviously, you could go after the actual, contractor too. You can do both. But you better not wait too long. I would do it right away, and then you're going to probably get a reaction.
I've been trying, but everybody keeps telling, like, it's not you. I appreciate your help, but you guys got me in touch with him. He's like, oh, just hang on, just like kill him more time, and now he's not. He's just ignoring now.
That's why if you serve him, he's not going to ignore you.
Okay, and just so we're clear, I go after Workshop Estates, not BTB Properties.
Okay, I do both. Workshop Estates is the actual contractor, right?
Yes, sir.
I would do both. Mark, would you do both?
Okay.
Hell yeah, you can list them on the same one.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
I appreciate you guys.
Now, it's going to cost $50 to file and about
55.
Huh? 35, Mark?
55 bones.
Okay. And then to serve, about $35 for each?
Generally, I mean, I don't know what the sheriff charges. I usually just serve because the companies that I've sued are bigger ones. So,
well, when you
they're
say
easy to serve.
When you say
serve them yourself?
No,
Or
he
should I
didn't
just
serve
take
them
it and serve
himself.
them, or what?
He just means he had them served.
Well, yeah, I mean, like Suzanne would go serve them. I just pull up to the place and she can. Long as she's not listed, long as a spouse or, a sibling or someone
so
isn't
I'd have to have
listed, they
someone
can
run
do
up
it.
and just-
It has to be somebody not involved in the lawsuit.
In the monetary part of it, that's right.
Right.
Okay, copy that.
I have one more suggestion on service. So some court clerks offer a service by mail. It cost me, I used it twice this year, and only cost about $15.
But the problem with that is, how do you prove it?
Oh, so they send it certified mail, return receipt requested. And once they get that green card back from the post office, they'll actually certify it's served. Now, you got to keep in mind, the clerks will always try to talk you out of it. They'll have this standard language. They'll tell you, well, this is not the preferred method, but you just got to power through it and say, I realize it's not preferred, but I'd still like to use this. And it's valid service.
But it might, unless they refuse it, right? Obviously.
Apparently, they don't have the option of refuse. Oh, you mean the recipient of that mail? Yeah, that would be one way to avoid service.
All right, so let us know what happens, man. I'm sorry that you're having this trouble. 303. I mean, we can call them again, I guess, but I'd like to see first the pictures and the text. 303-713-8255.
Yep.
Whether you've been on Medicare for years or are new to it,
Estates.
expert advice is always welcome. And that's what Integrity Health Advisors offers at absolutely no cost to you. The folks at Integrity Health Advisors will guide you through available Medicare plans to help you make the choices that save you money and make sure you can access the pharmaceuticals that your doctor prescribes. The changes this year are huge. Do not risk just making your best guess, and do not risk missing the deadline. Get started today at integrityhealthadvisors.com.
Okay, and I suggest that you call Joe Lazzara at the first sign of trouble this holiday season. But better yet, try to avoid trouble, okay? One thing you can avoid is a DUI with a designated driver. But unfortunately, there are tons of you that won't listen. And what you need is a defense attorney, because it's a crime. DUIs are a crime. Whether you're drinking or smoking weed, driving under the influence is nothing to be trifled with. Don't shop under pressure. I've known Joe for many, many years. He does flat rate pricing after free initial consultations. Joseph A. Lazzara, Lazzara, A-R-A, Lazara Legal. You can find them at referralist.com, 303-429-6200, 303-429-6200. Hey, Sheridan Auto Tech, for $120, will look over your car for an inspection if you're looking at a used car. Now, here's the deal. Let's say you bought the car or you have a car even under warranty and you need service and maintenance. He can do that too. New or used, he can handle it. He has the knowledge, know-how, value, and convenience, and honesty. Everything you want in an auto repair shop. 303-455-7242, 455-7242, SheridanAutotech.com. Okay, listen carefully. IntegraInsurance.com. Now, I know there are similar companies, nothing wrong with them. I'm just saying, be clear on the one I'm recommending, Integra, because I've known them personally. The family owned and operated an insurance agency for health insurance only. They will take care of all your health insurance needs. Whether it's part A, B, C, D, whatever you need on Medicare, or you want to get a private plan with high deductible, low deductible, maybe you need something that's catastrophic, maybe you need something that's in between, whatever it is, they can help you through the exchange or on or off the exchange, and they can get you the best prices and the best plans for you. IntegraInsurance.com. INTEGRA, IntegraInsurance.com, 303-466-5500. Gee, I wonder why I'm so low. God, I can't believe it.
Jazz, if you're listening, email me.
Who?
Jazz.
Who's Chaz?
She's a friend of ours that's a listener.
Oh.
Is this a new person?
She's going to Metallica with us.
Still James on one.
Nope. He just hung up.
Oh, there she is. I found her.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show.
Talking about Joe Lazara.
What's that?
You're talking about Joe Lazara. I shouldn't admit
Oh,
this,
yeah.
but I got a
Help
DWAI in
at
1987.
Troubleshooter, all one word.com.
Global entry.
And then I will go ahead and
Because I got a
forward all of
DWAI
that.
in 1987.
Okay.
I've got my
No
concealed
problem.
carry.
Thank you. Bye.
I've got TSA, global entry. All it does is when you come in from international flights, there's a fast line and a long line. I can't go in the fast line.
Bob goes to Monaco.
Hey, Bob Logan.
That's where the best casinos are. Yes.
I've got 2 left to Metallica in Nashville, man.
Can you?
I wouldn't go to Metallica if they're in Castle Rock.
No!
Bob, can you have it expunged?
The hell's going on there?
I don't know.
Tom's afraid to go. I wanted to get Tom in the mosh pit, but
You got a CC.
The mosh pit are a bunch of walkers and wheelchairs now, right?
you'd be shocked, actually.
Really? A lot of young people?
You'd be shocked.
Still?
You'd be shocked.
At the
They're not like the
behavior?
Beatles, where it's old fogaties.
If that were the case, I wouldn't have to go through global entry.
They're more like Monkees fans.
I've never had.
Hey, Bob, let me ask you a real question, okay?
Yes, sir.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Don't let Tom influence you. Wouldn't you agree
You're leading the
that the
witness.
Monkees are much more entertaining than the Beatles?
I don't even know what that means, more entertaining.
From an entertainment standpoint, of course. They got the great TV
Thank
show
you, Bob.
and everything. I used to watch up Saturday mornings and watch that.
I did too,
hey,
sir.
we're the monkeys. People say
We
you monkey
keep monkeying
around.
around. We're too busy singing to
let
put anybody
anybody
down.
Mark, you just cement the fact you're a fucking musical moron.
Listen, man. Okay. And
Although
look,
you didn't
just-
say music, you did say entertainment.
Your guest agrees with me.
I don't even know.
Weren't they a created band, though?
Yes,
Like
yes,
the
they
first
were.
created band?
Not the first, but they
Well,
were.
they were the first created band, then the second was the Beatles.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Beatles.
Yellow Submarine.
The Beatles were before the Monkees.
Could we play some Yellow Submarine coming back, please?
Uh-oh.
Need some yellow.
Because nothing says talent like Yellow Submarine.
And at least Davy Jones really got after that Marsha.
Look at the body of music.
Marsha.
That is really cool.
Who has the best body of music, Bob? Tell him who has the best body of music that's influenced the world the most.
Metallica.
Tell me who. No.
Best
Tell me the
Metallica.
Beatles or the
Elvis
Monkees.
Presley.
Taylor
No,
Swift.
I'm just kidding.
Van Halen.
I will
Best body
say
in music?
as far as
Taylor
influence,
Swift.
Beatles.
Madonna of the 80s, best body in music.
What?
Okay.
Oh, Mark.
Cyndi Lauper.
Killing me.
Tell you what, I didn't care for her music. but
Denver's
her
talk
vocals
station.
were
Online at
unbelievable.
khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. Michelle, welcome. What's going on, Michelle?
So I talked to you last time on November 4th about my mortgage.
And Deputy D was
Round Point
working
mortgage.
with Deputy D. You were working with her. What was Michelle's issue? Go ahead, I'm listening.
So he was working with me, and I texted him on Friday, and I tried to call in, but I got the busy signal almost like all day. I could not get
Busy?
through.
How do you get a
So he
busy
told me
signal?
to
Are there
go ahead
such
and call
things
in.
anymore? What is a busy signal? I don't even know what that is. Honest to God, is there still
It was
such?
just like a buzz, that
Like-
there was no ringtone to it.
Yeah, Michelle told me on Friday that she had trouble getting through to the 303 Martino line because what she
There's no busy
said was a
signal.
busy signal. So
There's
it
no
sounds like
busy.
there was some mechanical failure.
Anyway, is this the one where the adjuster came out and all that, or is this has to do with
It's
the mortgage company withholding some money?
yeah from so
Yes.
Michelle and I spoke on
Why
the
are they
4th.
withholding money?
Well, nobody knows. So Michelle got 2 checks from the insurance company, and she sent them both to the mortgage company because apparently, Michelle, correct me if I'm wrong, but they were made out to both you and the insurance company. Is that right?
Yeah, no, the mortgage.
I mean, the mortgage
company.
company,
Right.
right?
Yeah, and that's not uncommon.
And so, yeah, but following that, Michelle received one of those checks back from the mortgage company, but they retained another $27,000 payment.
I thought it was 23, but it could be 27.
Something like that.
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
the 23,000. That's
So-
right.
Yes, so the first 2 checks the first one was $29,760.43, and another check for $3,027.71. Both these checks were sent to them. They endorsed it. They sent it back. And then the third check is a check that they were holding it, the $30,039.28. We send that third check in, and they did not send that check back.
So they're holding 30
They were holding
grand.
the check.
They're holding 30 grand right now.
Yeah, so then when we were talking to them back and forth, and they keep saying that they did not receive any completed forms from us, then they sent back $7,211.86. So the balance that they still hold is $22,827.42.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
Yes.
What I need to know is this: why are they withholding the money?
I am not sure why. Every time I called and talked to one of their representatives, they would tell me a different story. So I
Well,
have
even
no
if they
clue why
do, but
are
let's put it
holding the
this way.
check.
Listen. All a mortgage company has the right to do is to make sure their collateral is preserved to the extent it was. Once that roof is done, whether you have, it doesn't matter. Once they get a certificate of completion or an inspection, or they inspect it, they have to refund whatever money is, even if you keep money. They're not allowed to keep money, even if they say, well, it didn't cost you that much, so what? Now, at the very worst case scenario, they should apply that money to the principal of your loan. But I don't think that's what they're doing. I don't know. Did you call the mortgage company?
Oh, yeah. I called and I emailed. I even emailed the company president himself His email is available at Round Point Mortgage's website.
Is it Round or Brown?
Round.
Okay,
Round.
Yeah,
Like in
Round.
Robert.
Round.
Yeah, Round Point Mortgage.
Got it, I got
and and of course I got zero response to any of my requests. So in my research on Round Point Mortgage, I saw carbon copies of this complaint from other customers of Round Point.
Where are they located?
I don't remember, but
I think-
they're in South Carolina. Yeah.
I think we should have as many listeners as possible call them. I'm serious. We should have as many listeners as possible call and tell them you heard them on the Tom Martino Show, 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466, and we want to know why they're withholding money from Michelle. Michelle, so how much do you owe your roofers?
So we paid them $25,000, and
No,
we
I
still
don't.
owe
I,
them
I,
about.
don't I just need to know what you owe. That's what I need to know.
Oh, okay. So we still need to pay them about $6,000 more.
And so, do you think the mortgage company? See, the mortgage company has no right to count her money. You're going to have money left over, right?
No, because I still have my windows that I need to pay too.
Okay.
Yeah, she needs the entire
I
$23,000
yeah.
back from the mortgage company so she can complete the repairs to her house.
Well, she needs it back whether or not
Yeah.
she does that. She
Yeah.
just needs it. It's her money. Unless, like I said, she's only obligated to make sure the collateral is preserved.
I can't believe how long this has been going on.
I wonder if the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, Doc, do you think they would step in on something like this?
Michelle already filed a complaint.
With the Consumer Finance Protection?
Yeah, Michelle, isn't that correct? You and I discussed that a few days ago,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
how long ago did you
I
file
already
the complaint?
filed that.
With the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau.
Mm-hmm. And
So I went in. I couldn't do the form, so I had to call to one of their agent, and she was able to walk me through the whole form. So I did it. We completed on the 12th of November.
The 12th.
They're pretty fast. They're CFPB. I've used them once about a year ago.
No, they're good
They were-
people. You're going to hear from them. You're going to hear from them.
Okay, yeah, I checked in on Saturday, but I have not seen anything from them yet.
Okay, but you will. They usually do not drop the ball.
Yeah.
Now, I think we should put calls through to that company. What number did you call, and do you get someone at that number?
No. So when you call their 800 number,
We got a break.
the machine makes you enter your account number. You can't just push 0 and talk to an
Yeah.
operator. So you have to be one of their
So they
one
don't
of their
let you.
customers.
They don't hear from anybody.
No,
Then
no.
what about their website? See if you can find a website for them where people can send in a contact form. I'm Tom Martino. More coming right up.
Only 7 minutes late. Relax.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Michael Brown tomorrow morning at 6:30 KHOW Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
Starting over on the east end of town, I-225 northbound approaching I-70. We've got a crash blocking 2 left lanes. Significant stop and go back from 6th Avenue. Seen about a 10-minute delay there. Starting to calm down otherwise throughout the Denver metro. We were seeing some slowdowns through downtown on I-25 northbound. Looks like things are returning to intended speeds through town as well as up north to the Fort Collins area and down south to Colorado Springs. Back to town, I-70 east and westbound flowing free throughout the metro area. Out west, we are still seeing intermittent closures through the Veterans Memorial Tunnel for rock scaling on I-70 east and westbound. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies, highs in the upper 40s today, overnight low of 27. The current temperature in Denver is 47 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Black Friday is back at Lowe's with up to 50% off select major appliances, plus an extra 10% off on select major appliances like Whirlpool. Valid 11/6 through 12/4. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details.
DiscountBath.com. Discount Bath does discount baths, hence the name DiscountBath.com. They'll do a hall room bath, a Jack and Jill bath for those bedrooms, or maybe a downstairs in the basement where it's roughed in. They'll do a new bath, or the master bathroom, or they can also do a kitchen along with baths. You know what? Here's what I love. You'll get a price on the phone without them coming out to the house. You can always call them, of course, too. First, go to discountbath.com, put in some information. They don't sell that information. They just keep it, and send you a link. Then you can upload video. They'll send you a price, $720-979-2322. They do entire baths, or they can do a shower conversion. Listen to this, for $9,888 all in. Discountbath.com. 720-979-2322. I really love Genesis Total Exteriors because I know Mark for many, many years. We're talking open and honest and really skillful at what they do. And right now they're offering this. Buy one, get one free to upgrade your interior doors to beautiful, solid doors. Make the interior of your house come alive. They are also doing some metal railings to substitute those old wood railings, or maybe just metal spindles. Whatever you want, they're doing it. GenesisTotalExteriors.com, 2 for 1 on those doors, and they are beautiful doors. That's GenesisTotalExteriors.com, and that number is 303-679-8509.
Very nice.
I'm sorry that you're having... in this trouble. I'd like to see first.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show.
Barry Martinez.
I can hear you, yes.
But you won't be able to hear Tom.
I really don't know. What's your name? Okay, Eva. Hang on for me.
Did you guys just get that Amber Alert?
Uh-huh. I don't know why Tom turned his mic off.
I didn't.
I don't know.
Oh, we just couldn't hear you.
Shut the fuck up.
It looks like she probably snagged her own kid. I can't tell.
Possibly.
That happens.
I never heard of...
No kidding. Pick a town that we know.
Sniffle now, too?
Can't hear you.
Speak up.
What's that? I can't hear you.
Very low.
Go lay down.
Hello, how's everything going? Hey, man, how you doing?
Much better, thank you.
Yeah, testing 1, 2.
Perfect.
Perfecto.
Good.
But now there's a total echo.
You're a dick.
Oh, my God. Do you hear that?
Well, yeah, but it's okay.
It's horrible.
Yeah, I just turned
seriously,
it back.
why does he either have an echo or you can't hear him? How does that happen?
I love it. I prefer chaos. Oh, geez, here we come.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Let's talk to, let's see whose turn this is. We're going to talk to Michelle. Michelle. Never mind. We talked to Michelle about the mortgage company, so we're just going to handle it off the air, I guess. I mean, there's nothing we can do about it.
There's nothing else I can do because Brown Point Mortgage hasn't responded to any of my contact attempts. And so I hope that CFPB will be able to help.
I think they will.
I mean, they have a good reputation in that regard. And Michelle could just, sue them for the $27,000 and make them explain why they keep it.
Yeah, that's going to take too much money to do. But, I mean, I can't believe they're doing this. But you're saying you saw plenty of other complaints about it.
I saw carbon copies of this same complaint, and after I researched those complaints, I didn't see any resolutions on the internet. So either those people vanished or they could never resolve that issue.
Eva, what's going on with you, Eva? Welcome.
Oh, hi, Tom. Hey, I was listening to the radio in front of my house, waiting to bring my groceries in, and I'm listening to the radio, and I got a call, and it's the second time this happened. The last time it was a male voice, this time a female voice, both with foreign accents, and saying they're calling me about my accident I had 2 years ago. So I hung up after saying something.
Well, first of all, did you have an accident 2 years ago?
Thank God I have never had an accident.
Well, it could be a mistake.
Never.
It could be
Thank
a scam.
God.
It could be a scam. I mean, to me, it doesn't sound like...
What could they be...
It doesn't sound like a scam. It doesn't sound like a scam to me because it would be senseless to call people saying, I'm calling about the accident you had 2 years ago. What are the chances, spending all that time calling people, asking about an accident 2 years ago, they're going to happen upon people who had accidents 2 years ago? I mean, it just doesn't sound, it sounds like a mistake to me, not a scam. What did, go ahead.
Well, I'm curious, because it's so untrue. I'm wondering.
That's why I don't think it's a scam. I think it's a mistake.
But that's curious.
How long have you had your number?
Oh, actually, I probably had this number maybe 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, it's a mistake. Eva, they don't call. Scams don't work that way. Scams want they want production. They want stuff right away. If it's a phishing scam, they don't call and say, on the off chance you had an accident 2 years ago, what are they going to get from you? Insurance information?
I don't know. That's why I was hoping if I mentioned it. I hung up too quick.
What do you think, Bob? What were you thinking?
I was just saying, unless they're hoping people will call them back and say, hey, this isn't me, and say, well, just to verify that it's not you, let me get let me get all your information.
That's sometimes, I've heard that. Yeah, that's a good point. I've heard that before, but I don't know. So, Eva, go ahead.
I thought I'd call in and see if anyone else has had that.
Let's find out, actually. So thank you for letting us know. If anyone's ever had a call like that, hey, I'm calling about the accident you had a couple years ago. Did they say, by the way, Eva, that they were from an insurance company? Did they say that?
Are you still there?
Yeah. Who did they say they were from? Where did they say they were from?
No, it was a very hard to understand accent, and I hung up saying I never had an accident, so they didn't even say who they were, but they were foreign accented.
All right. I don't know. I just don't know. It could be a scam. Now that you mention a foreign accent, it must be. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. Boom, boom. Anyway. 303-713-8255.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by
Testing
Lowe's.
Some good news over on the east end of town. I-225 northbound approaching I-70. A recent nasty crash has been all cleared up.
Did I not write anything?
No, you
6th Avenue, about 5 minutes.
What's that?
I'll
I
ask
can't hear
something.
you. What?
Never mind. I'll ask you after the break.
Vestera and Red Rocks. Vestera and Red Rocks. Did I write them?
west.
Yes,
of
you did.
5 northbound, we've got a crash.
I can't hear you, you faggot.
Avenue, not really affecting traffic on 6th or I-25, but do watch out for police and crews. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, partly cloudy skies, highs in the upper 40s today, overnight low.
They definitely have a problem.
Tomorrow,
Because, I mean,
high of 51. Wednesday, we're expecting rain and snow just in time for Turkey Day. The current temperature is 47 degrees with your impact traffic and weather. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500. Discount on eligible products only and reflected in quote. Restrictions apply. See Pro Desk for details. MVP's Pro Rewards program subject to terms.
All right, so let's talk about Vestera Turnkey having a webinar December 7th. Vestera Turnkey. If you want to know how to get involved in rental real estate, becoming a landlord, and doing it with guidance, research, and management companies where you don't have the conventional risk or problem, why don't you attend the webinar December 7th from the comfort of your home or office? You can find out more about it, how to sign up at mybiggestreturn.com. That's mybiggestreturn.com. All right, here's another thing you can do. If you want solar, call Red Rocks Roof and Solar. Red Rocks are the people you want to do your solar system because they do more than just sell you a contract. What they do is help you through every step of the way. They can help you with the tax credits and also with the system itself, whether it's sales, installation, or service. They also have financing available. Contact them and figure out what system you want. If you're a commercial operation, they can tell you how to get it paid for 100% if you qualify for a REAP grant. RedRocksRS.com, 303-704-2449.
Imagine their living conditions.
O-N-E.
I mean, I wish there was some way I could actually help, but I'm not going to find it.
Hey, Shannon.
Yes, sir.
Do you have to run right after the show, or can I go over some? I'm looking at the Comrax I/O settings.
No problem. Thank you. Bye.
Shannon?
Thank you, darling. Bye.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino
I was
Show.
explaining to Eva that I get those calls too. Hey, what's going on?
I'm looking at, after the show, if you could, when we, do you have to run?
I have to come over there.
No, you don't have to come over. I just want to, here, what I want to do is take it. No, sis, I want to take a shot of the I/O settings, and I want you to tell me about them.
Ooh. You know, okay, so long story, I just on Thursday got an NX. Thursday I got an NX. I have not familiarized myself with it enough to be able to
Never mind. Okay, never mind. I finally did figure out there's some settings in this I/O thing that could probably
I'm sure. And if I had time
testing, hold on.
In the meantime,
testing what? Do I listen, I'm going to count to 5. 1 2 3 4 5.
Horribly low. Horribly
1
low.
2 3 4 5.
Much better.
Hold on, here's another one. 1 2 3 4 5.
Way too hot.
1 2 3 4 5.
Very nice, almost perfect.
Okay, you know, I think I figured something out on this mic input here.
Now
Hold
you're
on.
getting an echo.
But
I know.
No way.
Testing 1. Well, no, but this didn't. Testing 1 2 3 4 5. That's lower, right?
Way lower.
Testing 1 2 3 4 5. Same or lower?
Almost perfect. It's
way higher.
Perfect.
Okay, so that setting is for the low impedance on this mic, which I might. This is on the NX. I've never saw this control panel before. I looked at it, and then also there's some other stuff I want to. Very cool. I'm gonna look at these settings more than I've had.
Yeah, we laid somebody off who had one, and I finally got theirs, so I'll figure it out in the next couple of weeks.
No, I like that I found these these settings because they're settings I've never accessed before. They were always defaulted.
Yep.
And then there's never mind. I'll just look at it off air. And line out assignments. It says, oh no, that's never mind. That's for line out. Nobody uses the line.
Yeah, but there's some way that we could fiddle with that too to make just the station return go to something, but you'd have to add something to your.
Yeah, because it says line out assignments. You can put just return and no local. That would help me just separate them.
Correct.
Oh, that's a
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Yeah. And then
Now-
local would be
Kelly, are people calling about the calls?
Yep. Everybody
Yeah.
gets them.
Yeah, I get them all the time. I've gotten up to 30 a day, Tom.
what?
Your accident 2 years ago.
What
Do you
kind
recall your
of kind
accident?
of calls?
From the Pakistanis or
Oh,
Filipinos.
Really? I want to hear about them. Yeah.
No, you don't need to.
No, I want to hear about
But
them.
yeah, there's something going on over there where they are calling America 50,000 times a day.
Yeah.
Something is going on, and I don't get it. I wonder who would know. FCC, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know. But something crazy's happening, man.
Okay, testing. Talk to me again.
You sound great. Stand by.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, sorry. Tom Martino here. Okay, Bob Logan. I want to talk to Bob.
Yes, sir.
Oh, say Bob. Somebody wants to know if somebody. I'm just going to be honest with you, is me. Can you give my listeners? You always do this, a little bump for anyone who calls before the end of the year. Or let's even do it before you give me the date. It doesn't have to be the end of the year, but I want to do something special. So I really want to. So come up with something right now that you have authority to do so, sir.
Okay, so in addition to any replacement options we have, whether it's furnace, air conditioner, sewer line, electrical panel, in addition to any special we have going on out there, I'll
Yes.
give Tom Martino listeners an additional $250 off.
Okay,
over
so
and above.
that's over and above
and
every special. It's like
Yes.
getting an extra $250 kicker just because you mentioned Martino.
Just mention
All right,
Tom Martino.
$250. You can't beat that with a stick. That's okay. By the way, on that question of annuities, I did some math that guy had, and that is, they wanted to do like maybe $200,000 in an annuity for 10 years till they're 65, and the income would be about $1,500 a month. 1,500 extra bucks a month if you put $200K away and you were 65. Now, if you put that in perspective, so if you get if you put $200K away, right? And then so that would last you lifetime, or it would actually last you it would actually last you a lifetime. If you put that same amount away and invested it, it would actually almost last your lifetime. It would probably go beyond your lifetime. So you got to do math is what I'm saying. By the way, on Plumline, you can contact Plumline at 303-586-1086 or plumlineservices.com. Save all your problems for me.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Hey, you know what? I think I found the echo.
Well, it freaking sounds great now.
Yep, because I had... Oh, never mind. I'll tell you later. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Okie doke.
Disconnect. There we go. I found some settings here. Good show, Bob.
Thanks, Tom. So if I send you this, I had signed an NDA, but now that they sent me the actual agreement, it says I can talk to any business advisors that I want to. And so, would you mind just scanning through it and?
I'll send it to, or no, I won't send it to anyone. I'll tell you who I recommend.
Okay, I appreciate it. All right.
I just washed my hands.
Have a very Merry Thanksgiving. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
I hate damp hands.
Even though it's extra clean, I don't want to
Get your damp hands away from me.
damp handshake is disgusting. All right, you guys have a great afternoon, Tom. I'll see you in the morning.
Your friend's leaving, Princess.
Bye, Princess. You have a nice nap here, sweetie. Get some Z's. We'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Okay, let's go. Bye, guys. Bye, my peeps over there. I gotta.